Hello everyone, I am Tacet and welcome to the Gems of War stream. And apparently I forgot to fix the code. That one is not an actual code. We will have a new one later though, a little bit later in the stream. But welcome everyone, welcome. So today we're mainly just going to be going over, I guess a couple more Yasmin teams like we did yesterday, since Console did just recently get her. Other than that, we're mainly just going to mess around in PvP, as well as go onto our other account and see how we can do in dungeons, because we finally did unlock dungeons on our new account. So we'll probably attempt that now. We'll probably attempt it later tonight too, if we happen to fail miserably, which is pretty likely to happen. Also, I ended up getting a suggestion on the forum for something to use on Green Day. I assume today is Green Day then, by the fact that someone suggested it, so we'll definitely go try that later as well. And if any of you guys have any questions or anything else you want me to go over, we can definitely make sure to do so. Did they get code fixed again? It seems to be coming in and out as far as it working or not. It's being really weird right now. Sometimes it wants to work, sometimes it doesn't want to work. But yeah, hello everyone. Hello Henny, hello Bridget, hello War, hello JGG, hello Frag Hunter, hello Lil Derek, hello Jeremiah, welcome all. What was oh yeah, that was your suggestion, Maximuse. Yes it is. Also hello Maximuse, welcome. Yes, that was you. So we'll be doing that. Actually, might as well go do that right after this battle, because I'll need to test it before I actually throw it into Guild War. Don't wisp it. Stop it, wisps. Okay, we'll throw down the damage. KrissTigger will kill. We at least cleansed, but we are still out on skulls. At least skulls can't surge, so it's not like we're missing anything there. The endless freeze. Now, at least we kept the element grim. The only problem is you get into KrissTigger access. Okay, I'm not afraid of that, but that one we are. Well then. One troop left. You can still element grim loop to the win. There's a small chance out there. Oh, we have it. Come on, please land it somehow. Oh good, a Queen Mab. That doesn't damage us. The only problem is in 2 turns we lose regardless of what we do. But then again, actually no, we'll survive that. Never mind. Barely will we survive it. We got this. No, the chance of us winning is very slim at this point. Oh, that will help though. His attack isn't reduced down to 0. I need it to 0. Come on, loop it. Got it. Go again. Nice, nice. 7 attack. That's enough to survive once. The only problem is he uses purple too. So me putting a bunch of purple on the board is just giving him the capability of getting his. Oh! The comeback! Oh, that comeback right there. Right off the top, purples. It was like a triple. That was like a 3 with like 2 little things. That's like a 7 right there. Well, that saved us pretty heavily. There we go. Well, that was the weirdest win we've gotten in a while. Let me go do Maximuse's team. See what he ended up suggesting. It is Green Day today, right? I would assume so, based on what he suggested. Guild War. Yes, it is indeed Green Day today. So how are the rankings going? No! If I would have won all my battles yesterday, we would be in 8th right now. I think we're still missing some people. So once we get those people in. Yeah, we have 2 people who've done 1 battle. Oh no, one that did 1 and one that did 2. So assuming they both do their battles by the Sunday, we'll shoot up to at least 2 ranks. That's generally how it ends up going. We're actually normally around 6th or 7th every single week. It's just that most of our battles don't get done till like Sunday. So for a good majority of the week, it looks like we're almost in last. But then we shoot up to like midway by the end of the week. Also, Power Gems, I feel bad for them. I think they only had like 20 people to work with for their Guild War this week. So they're 100% guaranteed, regardless of what we do, going down to the previous rank, unfortunately. Okay, anyways, let me go do that one team. Let me go check the forum real quick, because... Oh, never mind, he just posted it there as well. That's convenient. So I don't need to go to the forum. We'll just go check that. Oh, I need to be up against Wisps, though. The point of it was to use it against Wisps. So I'll just keep fighting things until we eventually find a Wisp. I guess I could try it against not Wisp, because we're going to be fighting some things that aren't Wisp as well. Asha, Famine, and another KrissTigger. So we have the KrissTigger for the damage output. We have the Asha for board control, and we have the Famine to make sure that they don't get mana. Sounds like a plan. And it's pure green, of course. Banner, what banner do we go here? I don't think I'm going to rush the Famine. I almost feel like going double purple to rush Asha. The only problem is we only use that one troop. Also, something else I want to do. If we happen to be up against a non-Kraken team, I want to use Famine in the last slot. Because if they Corvash us and get that double right there. Because if we put Famine here, it's going to die easily to the split damage. Because if KrissTigger or Asha gets hit, it's going to hit the Famine. So if we're up against not Kraken, I definitely want to put Famine in last slot. It's one of the few instances where third slot actually isn't the safest, surprisingly, is against a double Wisp team. The two riskiest slots, which is normally never the case whenever you're up against a charming troop, is your second and third slot. It's really weird. There's a couple of troops that can hit like the last two slots, the first two slots, the first, the last. But with Charm, it's basically the middle two that get hit the most. Because there's two options for both of them that end up getting hit. Whereas the top troop and the bottom troop, there's only one option where they end up getting hit. So it's a lot less often. Anyways, I think we're going to go for the double purple. Might as well. See what we can do there. Oh wait, can we actually set a double banner of any kind that's useful? Let's see, what is the minus... What color are we not using? Well, first let's identify that. We're not using red. So we could use a... What's the minus red banner? Oh, the frozen banner. +2 blue, +1 purple. Oh, that would actually work out. Yeah, let's go do frozen banner. If I can figure out where on our frozen banner is. It's the only one without an icon. There it is. We see you. I still thought that was a glitch when it first came out. It's like, oh no, it's glitched. It's like, oh, never mind. That's how it's supposed to be, apparently. PvP attack team, not the fastest, but effective. Gorgolfa, Dragon Soul, Famine, Jotnar. Sounds interesting. I like it all except the Jotnar, I think. I don't know, I've never been a fan of Jotnar. Jotnar and Stonehammer, I have like a vendetta against. They're both so bad. Or at least I feel like they're both so bad. Also, why on earth am I taking literally the only color I don't use? It's just so much habit whenever I play. I always try playing for whatever the previous team I was using was. Okay, well, let's get rid of that yellow so we get the extra turn over there. It is a color that Famine needs, but he needs it more than we do at the moment. Not to mention, we could still take brown and get it directly into him. We could take brown or yellow and get it directly into him. So we definitely have the options available. I'm just trying to find something that isn't horrible right now. That all is pretty average. We'll just take the blue, I guess. Yeah, and that doesn't leave us with much either. We can go green surge. Nice, nice. Okay, move the blue over. And still have to deal with that. Need to try getting our mana. Gotta keep green on the board because we're gonna be needing it. I think I might just go for the green at this point. Keep letting it poke us. I don't keep getting mana. Okay, can we cascade in anything? I need that last little bit of mana for it. Biggest issue is he's about to get his thing up. Which I'm trying to race him with my Famine. But it's not working that well. Okay, I think we won the race. Yes, we did. We have won the race. Can we drop that? Easily. No, purple doesn't, red doesn't, blue doesn't. I don't think. No. Yeah, just, oh, wait. Does red do it? That goes down one, that goes down... No, it won't. It won't even be close. So, we'll go take that. That gives us all of our mana. And now we can just throw the Famine at the biggest threat. Let's just get rid of Great Maul. And go from there. So, the one color we don't use. There's also the color he uses like crazy, so that works out conveniently. Okay, good. He did not Inferno King right there. I'm actually really surprised. That would have been such great value for that Inferno King if he would have cast. Up here comes Shegra. We lose the one KrissTigger. It's perfectly fine. Blue to what color here? Looks like a purple. Oh wait, we don't use purple. Oh well, we do, but not as effectively as we should with this team. Well, that's about our only option other than red, which obviously we don't need. Well then, that's not good. We technically do use purple if we were to cast. Gotta do something about all these reds. I could always put even more red on the board just to clear them. I believe me using it on red would actually clear more red than there would even be on the board. So that wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. I want to try throwing this on like yellow or brown, but they do not really appear to be available. We get like one pair from it, which is definitely not that good. So I'm going to do a really weird move right here. And was kind of hoping we'd get slightly better reward, but we actually can kill him, so I guess it is slightly better reward. Whoa, that cascade, but we can just kill it off the skull. I gave him reds and somehow won by doing it. There we go. Good morning, Zedicus. Welcome. Hello, Headless as well. When your opponent pops Forest Troll with only 6 green on board and gets 4 times, then you pop yours with 12 and get none. I know that does happen a lot. Or feels like it does. Okay, here we go. This was the thing that we meant to try to use this team against, which we'll probably be doing later. It was against the Double Wisp KrissTigger Queen Mab team. Was the main team that we were going to roll this against. I really wish this thing had cleanse. Move that over, move that over. I wish almost every support troop had cleanse. Though that might be devalue everything that has cleanse though. Do we just rush famine at this point? I don't think we can outrun wisps with how the team is set up. I'm still gonna go for it. Wow, we almost did. If we would have gotten 1 more mana somehow, we would have outpaced wisps. The only problem is we didn't. Well then. Well, now we have it for when they start going crazy. At least we have an option. Move that over for the purple and the extra turn. Do we brown into green or green into brown? I believe we brown into green because I don't need the brown mana. The reason we do that is because a 4 times... That was one of those instances where I was talking about where it's not worth taking the 4 times. The reason I took the 4 times brown instead of the green was because even though we get less green mana, we technically get more because there's a surge chance, and we have a 60-something% surge chance. If you have over 50%, it's actually worth going for that move, taking the 4 times of the color you don't need, and then trying the 3 times on the color you do need in the hopes that it will surge. Because in that instance, we end up getting 6 mana instead of 4. So, of course, there was the chance that we would have gotten 3, but overall, our chance that we would have gotten more mana was higher than the chance that we wouldn't have. So that's why we went for that. That's only applicable if you have over 50% surge chance, though, on whatever color you're referring to. Well, we'll go throw this on red. We still don't use it, so we can keep throwing it on it. That will probably want a famine. Obviously not on that target, but we'll throw it on the KrissTigger and go from there. I might do the blue to green right now, too. That would actually be pretty good. Let's not throw it down yet. We'll get all that mana, and he'll just get up in time at this point. Leave everything else where it is, and I guess we'll go throw down... I don't even know at this point. Maybe a KrissTigger famine? Let's just go with famine, yeah. Get that down so we can KrissTigger kill him. Brown is pretty bulky on the board. Red we still don't use. I don't think we have a solid cascade, so I'm just going to do it on brown for the higher damage output. We have yellow. That would give us famine. Let's go get it real quick, just in case he gets something up real by the end. And with that down, anything else? Anything else? Looks good. Go to KrissTigger. Get rid of these reds we don't need, that he still does. And then we'll go drop a skull into... Oh, wait. Let's move that first. Okay, we didn't get... I was hoping we'd get like a random skull or something off it. Oh, nice. Well, we get the random extra turn. Yeah, that does end up working out pretty well. Thanks for your suggestion, Maximuse. We'll definitely need to try it later today, because you are correct. It does work very, very well against what's it called? The Double Wisp KrissTigger Queen Mab, which was the team you suggested I used it against. So it did end up doing very, very well against them. You should rush level 9 Soulforge and craft the Dragon Soul. Oh! That is a really good idea. The problem with that is rushing level 9 Soulforge. The amount of time it takes to actually get that, particularly on an account that doesn't even remotely have the capability of doing it, is going to be ridiculously hard. We're like level 2 Soulforge right now, maybe level 3. And as we get deeper into it, it gets harder and harder. I wonder how many gems we have on our other account. That probably wouldn't be worth it to throw it down. But that is one thing we have a lot of. I don't know. I don't think we'll be able to do it this week. I'd have to play Gems of War on my other account for about 15 hours between now and the end of tomorrow, and I don't think I'll have that much time to throw against that, particularly if we're doing all of our other streams. This is going to be too much of a hassle. But if it is, I can guarantee you, if Dragon Soul is available next week, we will craft it next week. Because they have repeated. This is like the second time Dragon Soul is available. Quite a few of them have actually repeated over again, so it's not too unlikely that it will. But yeah, we'd have to spend over 15 hours between today and tomorrow to actually be able to do that, which is not realistically viable. Though it is theoretically possible. Just not a fan of throwing that much time at it. Okay, we'll go double the purple. Move that over. When are you going to play on the second account? Probably in about less than an hour, I would say. Or an hour, somewhere around there. We'll probably switch over to our other account to mess around with the dungeons and everything like that. At the moment, I'm basically just getting guild requirement of all the battles that we need to do. Yep, I thought that was an extra turn. I definitely looked at that incorrectly then. The morning haze on the eyes. What is the best way to counter Corvash? Always seem to lose with teams he's on. Generally a mana drain to make sure that he doesn't do anything is the best route to go. Any mana drain will be sufficient. Just keep his mana down so he doesn't drain you. Because one drain on your team can prevent him from draining 2 people on your team. So even though you're technically constantly using 1 troop's mana, at least you're not losing 2 troops' mana. So yeah, that's basically how you go about disposing of him. Just keep mana draining him. That's pretty much how you can deal with almost every everything that has 15 mana or higher. The strategy, if they're basically ability based and ability based only, the strategy is generally just keep spamming them with mana drain until they eventually die to the damage off the mana drain or whatever your actual damage source is. That's pretty much how it goes most of the time. Alright, I need our last little bit of our mana. Neither of them are getting to full though. Well, let's go and double. I really need to get this guy up, so we'll go. I can't take the red or else he takes the purple. I can't take the purple because I need the purples on the board. Fail. Well, I guess I have to take the purple then. The only problem is his ability isn't really going to land. It's 5 brown on the board. Oh, he has Apothecary though. I can wait till he misses with Apothecary, and then we can go from there. Sweet. Okay, never mind. That works. His Apothecary just made us win. Hey, we got a map. That even looked like it was 7 cascades. There we go. Thank you, Apothecary. I love 5 vs 3 battles. So helpful. Ah, we almost got all 4s. Okay. A Carter. You love exploders so much. They're your favorite thing. Oh yeah, exploders are pretty decent. One really nice thing I like about them in 4 times speed is you don't need to worry about like how long it takes to cast them, because none of them have any kind of targetable thing. So all you do is just click on it and then boom, you're done. So you don't need to worry about the whole, oops, am I wasting time by using this? It's like, nope, you're never wasting time when you're using Explosion. Just click it, because there's no need to ever think about where you use it or anything like that. Generally, teams like these work a lot quicker, like what I'm using right now. It's actually one of the reasons why you see me throwing this a lot in PvP, even though the Queen Mabs kind of counter it pretty hard. The main reason is all 4 of their abilities, except with the slight exception of, I guess, Rock Troll and Dark Troll occasionally. You basically throw them immediately, is how their abilities work. All you need to do is just cast them. There's no like targeting or anything like that. Even though the Valkyrie, Justice, all the converters, or not Justice, the Valkyrie, Alchemist, Hellcat, stuff like that, even though they're technically stronger than the trolls, they're slower than the trolls because you have to target them constantly. Do you mind testing Forest Troll Loyalty? Yasmin's Chosen and Queen Aurora, sure. Been using it on console, it seems to be working a bit too well for you. Yes, Yasmin's Chosen is a pretty decent damage dealer, assuming she doesn't get interrupted or anything like that. She has a bit of a liability of having a higher mana cost, but she does indeed have a higher damage output than that of something like a Web Spinner. Yeah, we can go do that. Let's see, which one is more? Both the same, so I guess we go Ollie and miss it. Oh, we're not frozen on purple yet, surprisingly, somehow. Well, let's double brown, even though that's not purple, obviously. And then just infinitely loop on the purples until we win. And it is match. Good job, Elamagrim. Okay, let me go try Speed Factor's team and see how his console team is working. But yeah, as far as anyone on console, how I feel about getting Yasmin's Chosen is if you already have Web Spinner, you do not need a Yasmin's Chosen. I should probably go save this team for later. Oh well, we'll remember it. It's Christine X Asha, Christine X Famine. It's a pretty straightforward green team. It's the double Christine X with 2 other troops. It's pretty much how most green days end up going, unless I'm running Kraken Giant Spider, which I can't really do due to all the Queen Mabs. Anyways, let me go replace this out. We can easily remember that. It's pretty much just an all-dragon team with Famine. That's also what it is. Forest Troll. Still really solid, though. Forest Troll. Loyalty. Oops, that is not LOI. 1 key off on all of them. Good job. Loyalty. Yasmin. And wait, did I just replace the same troop twice? Yes, I did. Good job. Forest Troll again. Good job, Forest Troll. And Queen Aurora. There we go. Okay. So banner, double yellow it looks like. I mean double yellow. Double green it looks like. Based on what we have. What was the other double green banner? Oops, why did I go in there? What was the other double green banner? I know there is a... There it is. Oh, it's minus blue. Never mind, we can't... Oh, never mind, it's double yellow. I keep forgetting. This totally looks like green. No one can say that color is not green. That is definitely like a brownish, greenish yellow. Puke green is what I normally call it. Not that one. That one obviously is green. But the background is all weird. Also, can they please stop doing this? Making it... I don't know. It always throws me off so much when a banner is like that. I think the most annoying banner actually in the entire game is this one. It has 2 heads of lions on it that are yellow. But it only gives 1 yellow. Who thought this made logical sense? Or did they initially intend it for it to be a double yellow and then we're like, nah, let's go double blue instead. Whoever made this design choice is crazy. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. This annoys me to no ends. I wish they would make a patch and nerf it. Nerf the visual. Okay, anyways, let's go to double green. Or would that be a buff? I don't even know. Okay, anyways, where to go? Where to go? Do we just rush the loyalty or do we rush the troll? I think we rush the troll. Oh no, we got frozen on the 1 color we actually need. Rip. And we don't have any cleanse. Well, luckily we don't use that color. Double the green. Yeah, I think we lose at this point. Well, we'll throw that on brown. Actually, probably should throw it on skulls. So it looks like we're going to lose anyways. What it loses to the first battle it goes against, though it is against its hardest counter, which is a freeze. Particularly a Queen Mab's freeze. Plot twist. Tacet made it and then brainwashed him. Okay, we cleansed on everything. We have a chance. The problem is there's literally 2 green on the board, so that's not happening. At least this turn. Up, and we're already refrozen. Yeah, it's match. It's over. Yellow. We're surprisingly not frozen on yet. Green we are, so we'll throw that down. Do we still have a chance? One more chance. It'll barely live right there. Yep, we're still frozen though. The wisps! That is a perfectly balanced troop, as you can see. Perfectly balanced. Perfectly balanced. Oh, another Queen Mab, no. No, not against a Queen Mab. We are not using this team. I see what you're going for with this, it's just we can't use it against Queen Mab for the obvious reason. Okay, we're gonna move that down. There we go. Now we can start doing something. Do we double green? Yeah, we'll go for it. Now we can win. Oops, I already had the mana. I didn't need to do that. I was doing that to try to get her mana up. There we go. Now that's what it's supposed to do. But if we go up against Queen Mab, then yeah, that's not gonna work. But against everything that's not Queen Mab, we can go do that. Wisps, they're not unbalanced, they're a feature. It's like, here, we'll go feature... Could you imagine if they did that? It's like, we'll go feature this troop for like a month and make it ridiculously overpowered, and then we'll nerf it back to normal. That's kind of like what they did in the past when they had the weekly troop thingies, when they had the 50% bonus. It's like, here are a bunch of troops that are excessively overpowered for 1 week only. That's basically like the Wisp. Here, have a overpowered troop for several months, and then we'll take it away. I feel bad for console, or do I? Console isn't going to have it for as long, because there's almost 100% chance that it's getting nerfed next patch, due to everyone mentioning it. So, it's pretty much going to get nerfed. So consoles, given that they just got it recently, is barely even going to get to use Wisps in its current state. So if you do enjoy using Wisp, and you're a console player, definitely make sure to use it now, because you're not going to have as much time to mess around with it as PC Mobile has. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but if you want to, definitely make sure to. You're still 600k short of Dawnbringer. Yeah. If we were to actually spend all the time that we need to go get the Soulforge leveled, it's kind of funny. The amount of time that it takes to max a Soulforge on a new, like brand new account, if we just start completely from scratch, the amount of time it takes to get the Soulforge on that account is about as long as it takes for us to farm a Dawnbringer. About 20 hours total is how long it takes. Like if we were to make a brand new account from scratch and play it non-stop, no gaps, or maybe not non-stop, but you know, if we were just to constantly, perpetually play for the entire duration, we would be able to unlock a 1 million souls in that time if we were running Fair Shra the entire time. Oh wait, why did I do that again? That's the second time in a row I end up doing that, when we already had Yasmin, yet I'm throwing that down. Fail. Not that big a deal, though. But definitely not that needed. Ooh, that miss. Okay, good. It hit something basically irrelevant. Go double the green. Got it. Keep going, Yasmin. And down they go. So when you get Dawnbringer, it'll be fast. Oh wait, you're only a couple arcane away from fully traded Titan. Oh, nice. Oh, is that what you're going to be running with it for the 50%? I don't think I normally run it outside of Arena for the most part. I was running it a bit with Assassin class. I almost feel like Archer would be better though, or the best class to run it with. I know it doesn't get the 5 additional damage, but if you're using it in first slot, you could use it for its for the still using the 50% while still getting the 50% chance to instantly kill them off the skulls, which is somewhat nice. It's the only percent chance of instantly killing something that's actually high enough that a random skull that you take is possible that it would end up doing it on a regular basis. At least one per game you'll end up getting a kill when using the archer class, whereas most of the other instant kill options are not once per game. Okay, we need to get the last little bit of mana that we need, so we'll take the purple there. It takes green, unfortunately, and we do end up missing because of that. Just go and blue search and go from there. Is there any way we can drop it? Because if I don't, he's going to get a free green extra turn. I got to go for it, though, and give it to him. And now he doubled to 10 green. Got it. Throw this down on blue. Got it. Not enough mana for anything. Move that over. Throw this down on blue again. Nice. Double the green. And get it rolling again. And dead. There we go. Yeah, as long as we're not up against those queen mabs, we got this. We got all the things. Okay, well, another one of these. Well, oh no, a queen mab though. I didn't see it all the way at the bottom. Fail. The dreaded queen mab. So we will have to take that out. Go move that over. That or win before it gets to do anything. You know what? Let's win on turn 1. This is turn 1 right now. 1, 2. I should have taken those blues. 3. Turn 1 win. I'll take it. Oh, there we go. Well, we got that done. That ended up working out pretty well then. That definitely worked out pretty well. Oops, my thing keeps coming out. Yeah, that needs to be the next order of business. Get actual headphones back again. I did used to have headphones, but then they ended up breaking. And ever since then, I haven't bothered getting new pair. It's like, don't really need to. Hey, let's just throw exploders against this so we don't have to deal with freeze spam. Outside of Arena, you have no particular need to put your hero up front anyway. You could put a tanky troll. Oh yeah, you do have a point there, yeah. Let's see. Did I miss anything else? If any of you guys have any other questions I need to go over, feel free to leave them in chat. Also, if I end up accidentally missing it, definitely feel free to leave it again. Oh, like speedy factor. Did I miss that? Do you need, do you mind testing? Oh, never mind. I already just tested that. That was literally what I just used. What is the best way to count? Oh, I already answered that too. Never mind. I got them all. I always feel like I missed some, but then I didn't miss some. Though generally I do miss some. So that's why I always check. Let's see. Well, we'll go move that up. Also, the stream schedule for today of everything that we'll be doing. We'll be doing this, of course, as we normally do, for probably be on this account for the next half an hour, maybe hour-ish or so. Then probably give out a redeem code. After that redeem code, we'll be on our other account for a little bit. After that, we may come back to our main account, and after all of that, we'll be going and playing the other game I was mentioning the other day, Strife. It did end up getting its first update in 2 years. It is basically a dead game, but it is a dead game that I absolutely love and still have a few friends playing. Not sure if any of them will be on when we go on, but we'll see. Yeah, we'll be messing with that for a couple hours later today. And other than that, of course, we'll still have the 8 p.m. stream tonight, and then tomorrow we'll have Stardew Valley again. And that's kind of the plan. Let's see. Hello, Asemido. Welcome. A 1-month player, and you have finished leveling up kingdoms. Now, what you have to do with gold. At this point, the best thing you can do with your gold is, if you're not a huge fan of the guild you're in right now, or want to try upgrading, go and just go to a better guild. Now that you don't need to spend your gold on upgrading kingdoms, you now have access to going into guilds that have a higher gold requirement. particularly things that have over a 200,000 or 300,000 gold requirement per week. The reason you would want to do this is because they can easily complete all the tasks per week. And if your guild is already completing all the tasks per week, they will be able to complete, or your newer guild will be able to complete more legendary tasks per week, which gives you a bunch of various keys, which will help you in trying to get every troop in the game, or at least working towards that eventual goal. So yeah, if you do like the guild that you're already in, the thing that you use gold for is basically just gold keys. Because if you're, now or just put it into the guild that you're already in. The only problem is, if you're in a guild where everyone's only contributing 100,000 gold, let's say, and you're contributing like 500,000 or a million, you're technically losing more resources than you need to. So it's generally better to go to a higher requirement guild if that is the case, generally. Ah, we lost our Dragon Soul. I was just about to cast that. Fail. Well, we can still win off of KrissTigger. There's definitely plenty enough to win off of. Nice extra turn right there, too. Too bad we're frozen. Throw the other KrissTigger. Let's just throw it on Brown for the higher damage. There we go. And down it goes. But yeah, generally how guild swapping works. I should probably explain that in my, when I go do the next Let's Play video, too. It's not how you have to do guilds. But yeah, so your guild doesn't require gold for tasks. Oh yeah, you would definitely want to try finding a different one then, if you're not extremely attached to the guild you're already in. But generally what happens with guilds is the very first guild you join is normally just a completely random one that you join via the automatic, basically, guild finder thing. That's where most people just start. From there you go, and about a couple weeks to a month into playing the game, you'll generally go and then find another guild, just something with slightly higher requirement than what you previously had. Some people just stay in this other guild forever, particularly people that don't want to play as much, that want the lower requirements or no requirements at all. Generally, the second guild they ever join will be the guild they stay with forever. But for people who are going to be playing in the long term, after that, at about the 2 to 3 month mark, they'll go and switch again, sometimes even a little bit later than that, to their final guild. And then that guild will have something like a 300,000 plus gold requirement, so that they get a lot more resources. Generally, if you're planning on playing this game for extremely long term, you do want to find at least a minimum 300,000 gold requirement guild. The main reason for this is simply because it gives you a lot more resources. And the minimum that you would need to be in to be able to complete out every single task easily, automatically, is a 500,000 gold requirement. The main reason for this is the cost to complete out every single task. It comes out to about 521,000 gold per player. I forget the exact amount off the top of my head, but it's somewhere around 521,000 gold per player. So 500,000 gold guild requirements would automatically make sure that everyone is contributing a fair amount towards that, towards the completion of all tasks. Anything less than that will still complete all guild tasks, but it's likely that it wouldn't be as fairly distributed among all players within the guild, as far as the burden of how much gold you actually pay. And there we go, down it goes. That's also why pretty much every late game guild has a minimum of 500,000 gold requirement. Here's a good place to find a guild. Oh yeah, sorry, I didn't even say a good place to go find a guild, yeah. Either Global Chat 1 on Mondays, or really any day, but particularly Mondays, or on the Gems of War forum, particularly under whatever platform you're playing on. You can search, if you go under like the 3 bars all the way in the top right corner, you can search by topic, and you can then click on guild recruitment for PC, mobile, or whatever your platform is, and then on the Gems of War forum, it'll bring up a page like this one right here. I assume you're on PC, mobile, I have no clue what platform you're on though. But yeah, that one that I just posted is the specific location that shows all of the PC mobile ones. You can do that for every single platform in the top right corner. But if you're PC mobile, that one's the exact one you need. Where to move? But yeah, there's pretty much always guilds recruiting. There's never a shortage of guilds to find, that is for sure. Generally, there are more guilds trying to look for players than there are players trying to fill them. So it is relatively easy, generally, to get yourself into a decent guild or into the exact guild that you want, because there's so many of them trying to find people that you can normally get in. Sometimes it might take you a week or two if you're really trying to get into a specific type of guild, but normally doesn't take too long. Alright, well, we'll go get rid of Brown, get the high damage output. Oh yeah, we are recruiting as well. The requirement's really high. We still do need one more person. Possibly two, because I have a feeling we'll normally... Almost every single Monday we've lost a person. I think for the last 2 months, every single Monday we've lost at least one person. So I wouldn't be surprised if we'll need another one too. But we still are down a player if anyone's interested. Our guild requirements are... my guild requirement is coming up. Where's all my chats? My entirety of that, but it's 1 million gold, 300 trophies, 1.5k seals, and be able to perform decently in Bracket 1 Guild Wars is our requirement. Yeah, a lot of people have been shifting away from Gems of War as of lately. Not like completely quitting it, but basically going to either a more casual guild so that they don't have to constantly do the really high requirements and play a little bit less while still keeping their account maintained, or just go away for a while and kind of just wait until a better patch comes around that makes the meta different and adds some kind of interesting content. Because at the moment, obviously, the meta is quite broken. It's arguable that the meta right now in this game is the worst it has ever been in the history of the game. For newer players, you won't really notice it. For late game, it is absolutely horrific right now, as far as what is actually the best teams to use, particularly for the defense side. I'll go kill that out. I might have to kill him with all skulls. Wouldn't that be amazing if he somehow wins? It is possible. You would have to get really lucky death marks, but I believe we just won right there. Yep, that's enough damage. Some weeks you 3 or 4 people, ouch. Yeah, I think on average we only lose about 2 or so. 1 mil is high. Yeah, 1 million is pretty high. But most people can normally manage it. I can get 1 million in a single day if I was to actually focus on solely getting that million gold. It's not too hard of a task normally to do. Even just getting 300 trophies is generally enough to get that. But you have to keep in mind, we're also throwing down glory that ends up giving us gold. We have a bunch of keys that we could throw down that we get from the guild that gets us some gold. And PvP just gives the excessive amount of gold. So just between every single factor, gold is generally covered. Oh yeah. What is the game that we're going to be playing? It's Strife. It's basically a dead MOBA. As Bridget said. It's a MOBA game that's a multiplayer online battle arena that basically the developers of the game ran out of funding to really maintain the game. So they stopped maintaining the game. But it's still a really, really fun game that for the longest of times actually has a static meta. That was quite a bit of fun. They ended up doing a new patch, though, yesterday. So the servers were down, so I wasn't able to actually stream it yesterday. So we'll be doing that today instead. Yeah, I find it a lot of fun. We'll go play probably at least a couple battles. It depends how long the queue times are. Sometimes queue times can be a little bit long just because the game is, of course, pretty dead. But because it just recently got an update, it should be perfectly fine to try streaming it. It's probably going to be one of the only times I'll actually ever be able to stream it, just because the amount of time it would take to have to wait for a battle is generally not worth it. I'm normally doing like 2 or 3 other things while I'm waiting for a battle, if I even ever try playing something. That, or you play a structured battle with 2 different teams. That still happens occasionally with people, where you make pre-made 5 versus 5 with 2 different groups who just schedule like, hey, on this day we're going to go battle each other and do that. Well, we're still frozen. We're gonna go explode that. And that's enough to win. We're gonna throw that down. Let's see. Most are just quitting the game, and a few are sick of Guild Wars. Yeah, that's pretty much everyone who's shifting out of guild right now. They're either shifting down to lesser guilds because they don't want to deal with Guild Wars, or they want to just go away from the game for a little while, or just in its entirety. Guild War is what keeps you playing. Only PvP is not... Yeah, I know. Guild Wars I do find to be a really nice concept in the game. I don't agree with all the choices that they made to structure it. I really wish they would make the 2 changes that they mentioned, though. One of them I even suggested, and they didn't actually implement it yet, though. But they said that they were thinking about implementing it, which I assume they will be doing, hopefully next patch. There was 2 things. The one that I implemented was, or not actually implemented, but, you know, I suggested for them to implement, was a... the suggestion of making it so you have to use unique defend teams in Guild Wars. So essentially, you set 6 defend teams, but what you'll have to do if they make the patch, which I believe they're going to be doing hopefully next patch, is you'll have to set your defend team to be unique for every single day. So all 6 days, you have to use, if you want to get the maximum amount of points, you don't have to do this, but if you want to get the maximum amount of points, you would have to set every single one of your Guild War days to a completely different team. Not only that, but not a single one of those teams can repeat the same troop. So if you use a famine on one team, you cannot use a famine on any of your other 5 teams, and so on and so forth for everything. So if you also wouldn't be able to throw double of any troop. So if you wanted to go like double Kraken and troll people with a bunch of damage, or even triple Kraken, you would not be able to, because you would lose points. Or not lose, but you'd be basically penalized a small amount for using the troops over again. It'd probably be such a small amount that it would barely even be noticeable. But for guilds that are trying to optimize their highest amount of gain possible, they would end up trying to make sure that they do have their team set correctly. So we'll actually put incentivize. It will basically incentivize not only variety in Guild Wars, but it will also allow people to not need to constantly face the same team. Whatever the meta is will not be spammed for literally every single team. So that'll be nice. Oh, the other one, let's see, that was the one change. What was the other change? Oh yeah, the other change that they're going to make is, I don't know if they're doing it next patch or not, but they did mention it. A lot of people in the community wanted it, and they should hopefully get it out soonish, hopefully next patch. But it was, oh, what was it called? The 27 out of 30 Guild Wars. Basically, once they do this patch, only the top 27 within a guild will count for the Guild Wars. The reason for this is because, as many of you know, if people leave on Monday and you don't end up recruiting them in time by Tuesday reset, you are a couple members short whenever you do Guild Wars. This has been happening to me literally every week for like the last 2 months almost. And they're basically going to change it so that only the top 27 in your guild count, so that all the guilds that are like 20 out of 30 when it starts, or 29 out of 30, or 27 out of 30, don't need to deal with the reduction in points. They'll still basically have the same chance of winning in Guild Wars, even though they didn't have a full guild. So that's the whole reasoning behind it, and it's a really great idea. It was actually, someone made a poll on it on the community thing, and that's actually what ended up getting it out, because it was overwhelmingly favorable. I think, while there was different debates on how the amount should be, I think like 70 or 80% of the community actually wanted something done to basically have the leeway, a little bit of leeway room with it. Okay, well, we'll go and throw it down on yellows. Oh, I was hoping for a cascade there. I wasn't going to count it all out. You can actually get pretty consistent KrissTiggers to extra turn. The only problem is the amount of time it takes to figure out where the best place to throw it is generally not worth it. Unless it's like a Guild War battle or something. Gotta keep denying those colors he uses. Hello, Strawn, welcome. Speaking about that, did he just hit literally every single time on Dragon Soul, so it would double kill them? That is also really annoying about Wisp. I believe it only needs to hit the same troop 3 or 4 times in a row to be able to double wipe the 2 around it. See if we can get that last red off an extra turn. Doesn't look like it, so we'll go explode. Get yourself a Dragon Soul. I probably should have taken the skull to make sure he actually died, because now he can devour us. Oh, if he devours us, that was a huge fail. I could actually prevented it. Oh, he actually could have prevented him from devouring us. Fail. We actually lost because of that. I should have taken the skull earlier, which would have been enough to kill him. Didn't think he would get the 40%. Fail. Yeah, if there's anything else you guys want me to go over, any teams you need help with, any questions, feel free to leave them. Also, hello, Daniel. Guild Wars is like the best source of gems currently. So bracket 1 has to. Yeah, it is one of the best sources of gems. There's basically 3 sources of, or a couple of them. Gem keys still give gems. Glory keys still give gems. Treasure hunt still gives gems. Tribute still gives gems. And actually, if you were to check tribute every single hour, like literally every hour, obviously that's unrealistic, but I believe if you're a late game player, tribute would give more gems than anything in the entire game. If you're a late game player, particularly once it gets buffed soon, once kingdoms start reaching their final star level. Currently the high star level is 8. Once they can start going to 9, we get even more gems in late game, because I believe that might actually be one of the main reasons why they even nerfed gems in the first place, was they're afraid of how many resources people would start to get from the higher tributes. Because once you hit 9 gold stars, you get 30% tribute chance. And while I haven't bothered doing the math on that yet, I believe that is a lot of resources. Because 30% is quite higher than 20%, given that multiple at once gives you gems. So it's going to be a lot easier at that point to start getting multiple at once. Come on, go, go. There we go. And now we can just KrissTigger and hopefully he doesn't devour us again. Don't even think about it. Oh, I should have denied one of his 2 colors. Can you end your turn? Oh, that's bad. Let's just take that. Can this thing stop devouring? Every single time. There we go. We still end up winning though, barely. Very barely. Even in your bracket too, 200 gems every week is nice, yeah. You still have to normally pay some gems though, because most guilds do get at least a few of the guardians. My guild has stopped maxing them, but we do still get it up to level 3. We stopped maxing it ever since they did the nerf on how many gems you actually end up getting from the guild tasks every single week. I forget exactly how much it's down compared to before. I believe it's 250? I forget. Because they end up rebuffing it. I haven't actually checked to see what the rebuffed value was. I believe it's around 250-ish lower. Earlier it was almost like 500 lower or something ridiculously high. It's a lot less of a reduction now. Still, it's enough of a reduction that it's not really worth maxing them out anymore. Unless you can guarantee yourself that you're going to be like making the top 3 positions. Never really worth going further than 3 upgrades. Yeah, well, we'll go take those blues, get ourselves a double KrissTigger, go from there. Get rid of... Actually, I didn't even need to get rid of green, but we did get a turn out of it, so that'll work. Oh, I should have taken blue right there. Sometimes I see them, sometimes I don't. I normally see them like after the fact. It's like, no! Slow motion, no. And down it goes, max souls. How many souls do I have these days? I haven't actually been specifically soul farming. I will need to though soon, because I'm running pretty low. Merlantis is almost going to eat up the last of my souls that I even have, after I bought Dawnbringer and everything. I was going to take a tribute. Oh, we have a little bit of everything. Get our tributes, get our event thing. Yeah, there we go. We finished the event by quite a bit. Get our mail, defend rewards, and we gained our level thingy. There we go. Also, I believe next week, if I'm not mistaken, let me double check. Next week is... Oh no, never mind, it's not next week, it's the week after next week. But yeah, next week's Friday, we get a new mythic. And not next Monday, but the following Monday, October 9th, we end up getting a new event key legend. It's actually been a while since I threw event keys. Hopefully this one is good. I might throw all my event keys stack on it. And hope to get it to mythic or something. Because the last few I haven't been getting to mythic. Or you know what, maybe I won't get it to mythic. And I'll keep trying to hoard my event keys a little bit. Because one thing I'm trying to save my event keys for is once we start getting close to 10 gold stars. Or 10, or 5 blue stars on kingdoms. Because once we start getting close to 5 blue stars, I need to make sure basically every troop we get thereafter becomes instantly mythic. So that we can get the extra hero stats on all of our troops. because there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to be able to get those. At this point, it's a lot easier for people to get the 5 gold stars, but there's going to be the additional stat eventually of the basically max kingdoms, and very few people, particularly once they initially come out, will actually have these bonuses, and anyone who does are going to be really annoying, particularly if they get all of them. I think console will get the next mythic with PC, since we are at least point are synced on it. No, I don't believe so, because you guys just got a new mythic today, and next week is 1 week away. Next week is 1 week away. Wow. I did not know that. But yeah, next week is 1 week away, so... so because of that, I don't believe they're going to sync up yet. I believe soon after Merlantis, or simultaneous to Merlantis, will be when we're kind of linked up. Because around the time that we get Merlantis, I believe console will be getting the mythic that we're getting to next week, next Friday. So at that point, I believe we'd pretty much be caught up. I would sure hope so. You finally got the craftable mythic? Nice. Which one? Xenos, I assume, when you say craftable mythic? He is technically obtainable out of crafting, though it's only from legendary tasks and the $50 thingy. So it's not really realistic to get him out of crafting, but it is technically possible. Now just to learn his name. Yeah, I am really bad at saying his name, that is for sure. I know I say it wrong almost every single time. Okay, nice. You got your account transferred over to your tablet. Yeah, the easiest way to do that, I believe, is just setting up the little password thingy in-game. And then whatever platform you ever shift over to, you just use that little password thingy. I actually completely forget what mine is, which is probably pretty bad. Yeah. I have it saved in my email, and I believe I have it saved somewhere else. But I actually completely forget what my password is. Luckily, I still have my email, so I could just email them. It's like, hey, I forgot the password for X account, and then they could just will contact me. It's like, oh, yes, we see that that's the normal, like that's the email attached, so we'll go give you your password. So yeah, it's actually pretty easy to get it back. Support's generally pretty good in this game. Lately they've been pretty swamped with like support tickets though, but when they actually have time and they're not like completely swamped, they're really good. It's one of the better support teams I've seen for a game for the longest of times. Let's see. Well, we'll go take the greens right there. Go and throw down Grugolfa. And yeah, we'll Dragon Soul. He's gonna get Christine X though. It's gonna be the Christine X war. Oh wait, he did Queen Map first, and that's enough damage to kill. Yeah, he won. All we have is Dragon Soul. Rip. Well, died to Wisp. What's new? That seems to always happen. Yeah, it's match. He's gonna eventually kill us off a skull, if nothing else. Hey, we did get the red. Nice. Come on, Dragon Soul. Revive like 3 times. Ah, that's not 3 times. That's not even once. In mobile, you just go in settings and it say show my password. Oh, does it? Yeah, it might say it on here too. I probably shouldn't click that button though. Does it actually show the thing? Show your password. Oh, you're correct. I didn't even know that. I need to make sure I never click that button. Or at least while I'm streaming anyways. I did not notice that was even there. Never mind. You are correct. All you have to do is click the shiny button. The shiny button of shininess. But yeah, does anyone have any teams you want me to go over or anything? If not, we're probably going to go give out the redeem code and then go shift over to our other account and then go from there. I gotta take this skull because I can't take any of the manas that are available right now. Well, I can take yellow and stuff, but the problem with that is he just drains it. Yeah, well, we could take red. try to get Dragon Soul up instead. Mainly because he's just going to keep getting drained like that. Nice. One less mana drain to have to deal with, and now he doesn't drain us there. Go get rid of greens, then browns. Oh no, Famine. Hello, Famine. Let's try Dragon Soul an extra turn. Nope, didn't get it. There goes Famine. Ouch. Okay. Well, we'll go take ourselves some purple. Start getting that up. Oh, all the way up. Nice. He gets another rag off. We'll go and move that down. Steanex. Yellow. Good, he did not summon. Not enough to kill anything, though. Oh, and he gets distracted. Perfect. And down he goes. Yeah, Dawnbringer is excessively devastating in Arena. 4 out of 8 of your Arena battles run has Dawnbringer, yeah. Most late game players who are running Arena are running with Dawnbringer. That's the only problem with late game Arena now. Is basically, if you're level 500 or higher, almost every single person you see, particularly in about a month or two when more people can actually afford it, pretty much every single person you see is going to be running Dawnbringer. And if they're not going to be running Dawnbringer, they're probably going to be running Runic Blade or some kind of other annoying weapon. But still, a good majority of them will be running Dawnbringer. It is easy enough to counter Dawnbringer, even if you don't have one of your own. But if it gets even one cast off, you're pretty much dead. Good, it did not get a Devour. And we got double KrissTigger and an extra turn and all that. Oh, I should have done, again, I should have done last slot to cast first. Luckily he didn't end up going for it. So we still ended up getting the kill there. There we go. When leveling up kingdoms, you go, when leveling up kingdoms, you go glass cannon route, right? Yes, you go glass cannon initially. All into magic and attack, because they're the only two that really matter. Because they determine how quickly you can win in almost every team. About 90% of the teams you use are the only two stats that determine how quickly you win are magic and attack. So you go for all magic kingdoms first, which are Blade of Lands, Darkstone, Karkaroth, Zolkiri, and Silverglade. And then you go for all the attack kingdoms after that, which are Blackhawk, Wild Plains. I hate it because some of them got changed from being it into not being it. It's Pride Lands, Blackhawk, Wild Plains, Forest of Thorns, and Suncrest? Yes, and Suncrest. So, Pride Lands, Blackhawk, Wild Plains, Suncrest, and Forest of Thorns. I don't know why I get the magic so easily, yet I can't get the attack every single time. As far as naming them. Probably because magic are the higher priorities. And whenever I make a newer account, those are normally the only ones I even bother getting up to. Before we end up moving to another account. Just because of how much gold it takes. So that reminds me, I need to go contribute more gold to the guild. Let's see. How much do we have right now? Oh yeah, I only did 800,000 so far. The only problem is no one has contributed anything to this task. So I'm going to be all alone. Hopefully someone else will join me. We go make it. We'll go give like 1/3 of the amount we need. So we'll go give that in. There we go. 340,000. Hopefully someone else will notice and finish the rest. But yeah, after this battle, I think we'll give out the redeem code and then head over to the other account then. Unless there's any teams you guys want me to go over before we head to the account that has basically nothing on it. Do you know if a new kingdom is coming out? And if so, yes, next week. I mean, not next week, sorry. October 20th, not next week. Next week is New Mythic. But October 20th should be the date of the new kingdom. There's a chance that it could be delayed a little bit longer than that. But that is the likely date that's being released is October 20th. From the current information that we have at this moment. Okay, let's go and yeah, we'll throw down Dragon Soul there. Because we'll be able to get the KrissTigger off as well. And then just double KrissTigger down on it. Yeah, let's get the yellow, get some brown out of it. Nice extra turn off the top. Dragon Soul to get everything back up. Nice. And then we can just throw everything from there. Let it take all of its moves. Leaves everything there. throw a KrissTigger on the red for good value. And as match, basically anything we do, we'll be able to clean it up. And down it goes. That definitely works perfectly fine. There we go. There we go. And we got a runic. Let's go and... Oh, and all dragon teams. All dragon team versus our all dragon team. But let's go and give out the redeem code. Let me go find it real quick. 1 second. Oddly enough, you prefer armor over life kingdoms. Yeah, there are a couple troops, if you're running them in early game, that work a lot better with the armor first. The most noteworthy one being Rowain. But yeah, I guess Bombot too, if you're trying to run it and explore or something. Oh, what's that link? Oh yeah, that's the link that goes over all of them. Yeah, definitely bookmark it. I have it bookmarked, but I have it buried within all my other bookmarks. But yeah, definitely bookmark that thing that Henny just posted, or Isadro Guild Gems of War. Well, he just posted that link. Definitely go check that. Hello, I'm Marie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's go and switch over. Or first things first, let's give out the redeem code. Well, first, let's check to see if the redeem code even works, because the redeem code thingy has been a little weird and not wanting to work here and there. So let's go and check it real quick. 1 second, guys. But yeah, if it's working, we'll go post the redeem code. If not, then hopefully it'll work later in the stream. It's been being very weird and it's kind of popping in and out of working. Let's see, inbox, redeem codes. They only have 1 redeem code left too. Salty didn't end up giving me more. We didn't even have enough to give out 2 yesterday, nor will we have enough to give out 2 today. She only gave us 1, or she didn't only give us 1, but she didn't give us more when I asked. Not yet anyways. Hopefully she'll do that on Monday. Also, thank you, Maxin, for your subscribe. Much appreciated. Hey, we're almost at 6,200. So close. We're about 6 away. I say about 6 because it keeps fluctuating up and down. Go and test this code. Please work. Please work, code. Almighty code. Will you work? Put in our invite code, put in the code, say that I'm not a robot, click redeem, and it works. Sweet. Okay, let's go and post this. Copy that, and boom. Oh, you're a she. Oh, I did not know that. Sorry about that. I did not know this entire time. I have no memory. Wait, did she say that before? I almost just said he already. Yeah, sorry if I ever do that. I normally go based on icon, which normally helps. Okay, anyways, sorry about that. There's the redeem code. Let me go put it into the interface. Go get that in there. Redeem code, put that in. Oops, I just put the whole thing in there. There we go. Make sure it's nice and centered-ish. Kind of centered. There we go. Close enough. The meep. The triple E's in between them. The meep will give us a bunch of resources. You just go to gemsofwar.com underneath game code. Your invite code is just whatever your game says right there. And let's go claim our resources. It gives the normal reward of 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. Let's go claim it. Also, it's for PC mobile only, unfortunately. And we get a Nyx. Nice mana generator that can make a bunch of blues. Other than that, don't really need it. I believe it's... Oh, never mind. It's ultra rare. We can see right there. I was going to say, I think it's an epic. No, it's not. I always keep thinking that, though. Mainly because when I initially upgraded her, I ended up upgrading her to epic initially. So I was like, oh yeah, she's an epic troop. I sometimes accidentally do that with newer troops and then forget what rarity they even are. Oh, also, I meant to go switch to my other account. We'll go do that after this battle. Whoops. Yeah, on our other account, we're going to go mess around with dungeons and kind of go from there. Okay, so right there, we'll just let him take a little skull poke. Let him get distracted. Go throw this down. A nice little bit of damage. Was hoping we get a purple out of that. Apparently not. He gets the purple. Why can't we get our purple? Redeem button freeze on the redeem site. Codes do not work. Takes ages to redeem. I don't know. It ended up working when I posted it. Maybe it's region locked or something. They're having issues with it. Yeah, some people are able to redeem it, some people aren't. But if you're able to redeem it, check the code below. Also, what we could try doing is, if anyone who can redeem it doesn't mind, we could have everyone who can't redeem it post their invite code into chat, and then whoever can redeem it can go redeem it for every single person in chat. So if anyone wants to go do that for everyone, let me know. And then we could just have everyone go and post their invite code into chat then. But yeah, it was doing the same thing the other day as well, where some people weren't able to do it for that reason. Is that enough damage? No, it is not. We'll have to go Golfa into his skull. And that's match. Oh wait, I should have done a higher value. Wow. I hit the one color that has not enough damage to actually kill him. Fail. Probably the only one on the entire board. Ooh, wait, let me just get this revenge real quick and then we'll go head over. I can't not take the revenges. They're so tempting. They're double gold and they're 3 additional glory. Gotta get those resources. Also, I don't know if they're reworking how revenges work next patch, but there was a spoiler screenshot a while back of the new user interface for the for Gems of War, and one thing I noticed on it was for some reason the revenge glory amount that you get is 1 higher on the other version. So I don't know if they're just going to fix the bug of gaining double gold, or I assume it's a bug, and give you 1 extra glory in place of it, or what. But that almost seemed like what it would do. Wow, in 1 turn it basically did everything, but so did we. The only problem is I don't have a way to kill it. I need a way to take skulls right now to win. Oh yeah, we can, right there. Down it goes. Hello, Humberto, welcome. Yeah, have a nice weekend. So far it's been, well, I haven't really gotten much of a weekend yet. I actually just woke up like right before we started the stream, so I haven't really gotten to do much other than this stream so far this weekend. But other than that, it's been good so far. Okay, so let me go and switch over to our other account now, so we can go try doing the Guild Wars and all, or not Guild Wars, but oh, I guess we could do Guild Wars too. But just so we can do dungeon and start getting the kills we need for the Soul Forge. Come on. Sorry, it'll take like a minute or two. I just need to switch and log out of my account. Switch over to the other account and then go from there. The waiting game. It sounds so silent now without any audio in the background. We need some ambient noise. Okay, well, let me switch the account. And password. The struggle of remembering a billion different passwords. And X out of that. Stop putting up ads, Steam. We did my tier ads. Where's Gems of War? Gems of War, Gems of War. There it is. Okay, and now we're on our other account. Simple as that. The team was Gorgolfa, Christinex, Valkyrie, Corvash. Last night you said you would try your team. You told me to remind you. Oh, oops. Wait, a little bit late now. We're just literally just switched our account. So, I do not have that on this account. RIP. But I can tell you just by looking at it that team does indeed work. The reason I didn't do it earlier was because I thought you were asking for me to do it during Guild Wars, which obviously we can't do. That's why I assumed you were... I didn't realize you were asking for me just to use it. I thought you were asking me to use it in Guild Wars. Because you were using it in the context of saying that that you end up using it in Guild Wars or something. Or maybe you didn't, but that's how I read it. Hey, we got 4 gems from that. Nice. We got some gold keys too. Wow, we gained a rank from that too. Gained a little bit of everything. Let's see. Probably because the people that lost to us ended up losing pretty badly. Probably lose a lot of points. Oh, I came here to go use my gold keys. Okay, so how far are we on our Soul Forge right now? Probably level, like, 2. Yeah, exactly so. We need to go get 5 kills, and that will get us our next level. We're so far away from being able to craft legends, but as is the eventual goal. So first thing I want to go do real quick is head into Drifting Sands. go to dungeon, and see if we can actually kill these. Can use all mana colors. Let's go see if we can kill this. So let's start with the classic. Double Ranger, Deep Borer, and a Rock Spirit. And see if we have even remotely the chance of winning with this team. This AC needs to balance itself better. Nerf air conditioner. Let's see. It goes to like absolutely cold bursts out of nowhere. But it doesn't actually sustain that well. It's one of those things that automatically checks, but the problem is it doesn't automatically check that well always. And sometimes it overcools. But better to overcool than to be too hot, I guess. Let's see. Also, good morning, ODX. Also, let me go move this over. Gems of War launches in the middle of my screen, which is not where I normally keep it. There we go. Move that to the side. And can we get Red Surge? This is our other account, so the chances not that likely. Big yawn. Let's see. Let's go and take a red over. Yeah, I actually ended up going to bed a little bit later last night. And since I woke up so late, because we pretty much just like woke up and then started to stream. That was my morning so far. Was wake up, start stream, go from there. And that's what we're in the process of doing right now. Let's see. Redeem button's still frozen. Yeah, if anyone wouldn't mind claiming it for everyone, just post your invite code into chat, and then hopefully someone can go redeem it for everyone. Because it isn't working for some people. Some people it is, some people it isn't. Well, he's about to double brown. Let's go and hit a bunch of browns. We get less damage out of it, but it would make sure that he has a lower chance of actually hitting. Let's throw down our double ranger. Who's the biggest threat on this team? Probably the one that can do extra damage to us. Oh, yep, that would be him. He can double kill with his ability, which is obviously not something we want to have happen. Good, he took the skull instead. Let's go ranger him to ensure he dies. And come on, we have a chance. A very slim chance. Just a little bit more damage. A little bit more. Don't die yet. We have this. We're so close. I think that's enough. That is enough. Down it goes. Okay. Success. We have won. Okay, let's see if we can do the second battle. I'm pretty sure we won't be able to. Behemoth will one-shot our entire team. I'm almost guaranteed. Gains more life and destroys more gems. Though, if we can get past this, I think we could do the last battle because it's only a stone hammer. We could probably drain spam him or something. Okay, we're gonna move that over. Move the other one over. But yeah, if we can't get this now, I guess we'll try again later tonight. When we do the actual stream for it. Oh yeah, there's no way we're gonna get this now. We'd probably have to go out of our way and farm, which is a good time to actually go do that right now. Maybe we'll go throw out down an arena or something. Because we really need more souls. We don't have the souls to do anything on this account. Yeah, we're not even gonna get a kill here. That is not happening. Nope. Okay, so far we've only ever been able to get past the first dungeon whenever we do our dungeon thingy. So let's go claim our little diamond, get a bunch of our resources, and go from there. Okay, so let's see. Soul Forge. Let's go level that up. Really? It's one kill off. It wants to charge 2 gems for 1 kill. I'll go get the 1 kill myself in PvP real quick. Okay, so we'll go move the red over, take the blues, get herself a nice deep borer somewhere. So actually, let's take skull first. Even though our skull damage is pretty minimal. Even he has higher, or she has higher skulls than us. So we'll go throw that down. Did we go for the browns or the higher damage? Let's go for the higher damage. Let it get the skull distracted. Get a deep borer over to the side. And yeah, Ranger into the Rock Spirit. And that is match. There we go. Gemsofwardatabase.com is pretty neat. Yeah, I still need to do a video going over that again. It ends up getting a lot of updates since I last went over it. I did have a video going over it, but it's a little bit outdated. The interface has been updated a lot since then, and she has added a lot more features to it since then as well. It's something I've been meaning to go over. My next order of business as far as making videos, though, is the video that we'll be doing soon. I meant to do it on Friday morning, but I wasn't really feeling that good then. And I would have done it this morning, but I ended up waking up way too late to even possibly be able to do it. So probably sometime tomorrow or Monday night, we'll be able to get that out. A video going over essentially what you should use every single arcane for in the entire game. A early game option and a later game option for every single trait stone. So we'll be doing a video over that soon. Need to figure out what some of them even are as well. Because some of them are pretty obvious. Like, for example, it's like pretty obvious, and I can't even think of one. Well, let's say like green purple, for example. The two that you would do for that is Spirit Fox for early game option and Kraken for late game option. Some of them are a little bit more obvious like that, but some of them are like not as subtle. Like what on earth you use green yellow for. Some people might put in Ranger like early on in the game, though he doesn't actually gain the best benefit. I'm not even sure if he does. Would need to double check that. That would be one of the things we'll need to do. Need to go through every single troop in the entire game and check it for each one. Let's see. That doesn't actually help us, moving that over. It would if those two were switched. Still not completely over whatever I had, but it's mostly gone. Well, we'll go move that over. What else? What else? Gotta have some kind of damage. Also, I need to go level the Soul Forge. We only need one kill, and I forgot to go level it. I hate that you have to automatically do it, or it doesn't automatically do it. You have to manually do it every single time you want to put a level into it. It is so ridiculously annoying. Completely forgot how annoying that was. A lot of people stopped talking about it because obviously most people have got it done already. But I might need to re-mention it just because this shouldn't be like this. They definitely should automatically level up whenever you have the amount of kills needed to level. And throw down a Ranger. There we go. Yeah, let's go level up the thing since we have to manually do it. Also, we need to get more PvP rating. I didn't even realize we're so low. Actually, that should be our goal then. Let's go get 1.9k on this account. We'll get a bunch of resources as we're doing it too, so hopefully some of those will be souls. How many souls we at? We're at 1,342. Hey, we finally have more souls than glory. What was I about to go check as well? I was about to go check the dun 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 dun. What was I about to go check? There's something. It wasn't Soulforge. It wasn't troops. Yes, it was troops. No, it wasn't. I don't know. Completely forgot what it was. Oh, Soulforge. Aha! Change for free. Or level up for free. There we go. Well, we're level 3 now. Gotta go to level 9 so we can craft a Dragon Soul. That is definitely not happening today. Mainly because of how many more kills. We could throw probably every gem we have as well. And that would only get us to level 6 at best. So that wouldn't even do it either. And then the amount we'd have to go through there. It definitely would not be worth it. So we're not getting a Dragon Soul this week. That is pretty much for sure. Sniffly nose now. Can you guys actually hear that when I sniffle? Hopefully not. I'll go move that down. Sorry about that if so. Ranger, throw that down. Throw it deep to the side. And where did we throw the damage? We'll just throw it right there. And that's a team wipe. Plenty of damage to go around. The instant one-shots. Hey, and we got a level up. What did we throw it in? I guess brown. Get all the browns for our rock spirit. Gotta keep getting those gigantic AoEs. I also need a lot more giant kills. The problem is no one runs giants in early game. They're not really that good, and most people are aware of that. But they have a bonus this week, so I was hoping that some would actually run it. They didn't. If it was goblins or something, we'd probably see a lot more. But then again, actually, even during that one goblin week, we didn't end up seeing that many goblins in early game on this account. I have no clue why, though, because everyone starts with a goblin, so I'd assume more people would actually run a few goblins with it. Maybe they just don't bother adjusting their defend team. Could be the other case, because most newer players might not really know of that as a feature. Like, you have to, like, use or do their defense. Well, they might also notice that it barely even is worth anything to do it. So that might be another factor, too. Because defending is kind of pointless in this game, at least in PvP. In Guild Wars, it's a different story where it's actually, you know, kind of like worth defending. But in PvP, it definitely isn't. It's arguably better to have a horrible defend as your PvP defend team, mainly because you technically get more reward from losing than winning, as weird as that may seem. Assuming that you're playing a bunch. If you're playing for more than 20 hours a week, or even probably more than 10 hours a week, it is actually better value to lose every single PvP defend than it is to win every single PvP defend. That might seem a bit weird, but the main reason for this is the more times you lose on defend, the more revenge battles you get. And if you're playing a bunch to actually claim those revenge battles are worth way, way more than how much you get from a single defend. A single defend gives you about 100 gold and a few souls and stuff like that. A single revenge gives you about 20 times the amount that one single defend win gives, as weird as that may seem. So if you're playing a bunch and can actually claim all those revenges, it is much better to lose than to win. I believe that still might be a glitch. It could be fixed in the near future. But as this current moment in time, if you do win a revenge battle, it gives twice as much gold, which is quite a huge amount. It also gives 4 glory, or 3 glory, I mean. Where to move? I guess we just get deep ore. Come on, Surge. It's not a Surge, nor is that a blue. Nor is that a red. This game doesn't know its colors, or at least the colors I need. Okay, we'll go through a rock spirit there. Drop that down. And then we can just ranger for the kill. And down it goes. It grinds to 1.9k. At least we have a pretty solid team to run it with at the moment, if nothing else. Also, we're almost level 50. I believe the AI changes slightly at level 50. Troops in Kingdoms also start getting traits. Kingdoms start become quite a bit more annoying once we reach the next level. So, or not the next level, but level 50. Once we reach the level 50 mark, they start becoming a little more annoying. The reason for this is they start getting the ability to have traits. And of course, traits are pretty strong on some troops. It doesn't give them all traits, but it starts to slightly give them traits. Right now, I believe if we were to do a quest, it would actually have no traits on any of the troops. But soon we would start seeing some of them. I don't believe I've bothered getting a single trait on this account yet. Generally, when I do the Let's Play accounts, I like explaining everything based around traits when I do it. We haven't really even had anything that we needed to get up anyways. Oh, giant. I think you count as giant. Or do you count as orc? Oh, good. They count as that orc giant. Perfect. Exactly what we need to fight. That'll work. Should be an easy battle. Plus, we get 4 things. And we'll end up getting, like, we'll end up getting, like, 10 gems from it, too. It is probably intended to reward the revenge battles without saying to the player, go set yourself 4 peasants on defense. Yeah, I don't know if it's intended or not. I assume so, because it's been in the game for so long. They used to even have a mechanic where you used to be able to steal unclaimed gold from your enemies. This is no longer a aspect of the game, though. It was eventually removed. due to complaints about it. It wasn't really serving much of a purpose anyways. It was just kind of a really annoying part of the game. It wasn't always like that. When the game initially launched, it didn't have it, but then they added it and it was like, no. And then it got reverted back, basically. How it currently works is, well, what used to happen is basically any unclaimed gold on a person you would end up claiming. The biggest problem with this was it actually made the game pretty unbalanced, because there were some people you could battle who you would end up stealing like 3,000 or gold or something from. And if you could keep doing this and get lucky multiple battles in a row, you could get upwards of like 700,000 gold in an hour in the previous format. It was possible for some people to get about 15,000 gold in a battle for people with really high VIP. I think the highest I ever ended up getting was around like 11,000, because you used to be able to increase your difficulty in PvP as well. And this difficulty also increased the amount of reward that you got from stealing from them. So if you stole, like, let's say 2,000 gold from them, you had it on the highest possible difficulty that I believe does 100%? Or 125%, I forget which. Let's just say 100% for reference sake. And you won against them getting 100% extra gold, and you stole 2,000, you would then steal 4,000. Not specifically from them, but you would end up accumulating all of that. So it was pretty broken how much gold you would end up accumulating. Really wish I would have stockpiled some back then. There's a lot of resources I should have stockpiled too, like gems. I kind of knew to hold on to some, I just didn't realize I would need to hold on to that many. There was a lot of times in the past where I threw needless gems just for the sake of messing around with them, because there's so many in the game. Now there's a lot less in the economy than there was in the past. Still a decent amount to be able to do everything with, just nowhere near as much as it was before. Hey, Mad Max. Well, our slow ascends to rank 1 shall eventually prevail. Hey, giant. Hopefully he's using multiple giants. I say we're never find any giants, and then I find like 5 or 4 or 3, I don't even know. But several giants in a row. Oh, that's convenient. Though it's proven me wrong. Okay. Board is not really anything. We'll go throw down the ranger thing. If anyone still has any questions, feel free to leave them in chat, and we'll definitely make sure to go over all of them. Teams we won't be able to really do, though, unfortunately, due to being on our other account at the moment. Where do we throw this? We'll just throw it to the side right there. Get ourselves some nice splits. And ranger for the kill. And down they go. Yeah, that's something you don't really see that much anymore, JCG. The whole setting really excessively weak defend teams. Occasionally it still happens. I believe the main thing that killed that off was Elspeth spam. When Elspeth spam was nerfed so that you could no longer do a single Elspeth as your team, that's when using teams like that started to descend a bit, and how much they were being used by people. Oh! That's not the way I meant to take it. Though we still got full mana, so I guess it doesn't matter. So let's go throw this down for damage. Get a deep bore over to the side. I missed, but at least we have a bunch of brown to use on. Yeah, he did that on 1 HP. Fail. One more deep bore, and that'll pretty much be match if it lands. And there we go. You kind of miss the old 3 card chests anytime they were... Oh, yeah! The bronze keys and the magic keys. Or iron keys, whatever they were called. Yeah, those were kind of cool. They were those triple drop key chest things, which were kind of convenient. There is a game I play right now that has a system exactly like that, except it does 5 drops instead of 3. Feria. Someone suggested I play that game. I started it about like 5 months ago. I'm a really casual player of that game though. It does have an esports scene for the game, even though it has like 1/4 the community of Gems of War. It somehow manages to have a like $3,000 something tournament like every month. It's not even like a thing that just they randomly do whenever. Like literally, consistently, every single month they do it. How they have the money for it, I do not know. They would have to have some really big people throwing a lot of money at the game. That, or they have some kind of sponsorship deal with someone that actually supplies the money or something. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, they actually run a several $1,000 esport tournament every single month. Yet there's, if we check like how many people are playing it right now, let me see. I can actually go check right now off of charts. Let's see. They're able to do that. Steam charts. Let's see. Feria currently, and it's only on PC too. I don't believe it's even on mobile or anything. So Feria is at 499 people. So let's say 500. And then 500 compared to Gems of War. And I'm just counting Steam. I'm not even going to count any other platform. And if we count Gems of War currently has 1,610. So over 1,100 just on one platform. So yeah, basically triple, more than triple the player base. Yeah, I have no clue how they managed to actually do that. I've been thinking about like participating during them. The biggest issue I have with Feria though, and actually going into the esports scene in that game, is there is a money curve to be able to do so, which might be why they actually have enough money to do it. Because you would have to spend several $100s on the game that are played a lot, which I don't do. But to basically have a team, or all the teams you would need to be able to play in a tournament effectively, you would have to throw probably upwards of $500 at the game, which obviously I wasn't going to do. So, you know, that might be how they actually make their money then. They might do the esports thing because technically they might make more money from it than what their expense even is. That's the only reason I could possibly think of. Hello, Habia. Welcome. Or, wait, what is that? Habiba? Habiba. Hello, Habiba. What do I think might be the mythic in Soulforge next week? It's not going to be in Soulforge. Oh, you mean the ones that are going to be available to craft? There's no way of knowing. From what I can tell, it is 100% random what the Soulforge will have in it. So random that it doesn't even check to see if it just literally did the exact same troop the previous week. I believe it just completely just randomly picks whatever it wants. Like, it just chooses any 4 random mythics from every mythic in the entire game. And it's like, here are your 4 mythics that you can craft this week. But it doesn't seem to have any pattern whatsoever. It is repeated some 2 times already. I think one even got repeated 3 times. Yet there's several mythics that haven't even been out once yet, being craftable. Hopefully Ferrous Raw comes in rotation again, so people can go get that. Throw down a Ranger here. So it's not a full mythic rotation. No. They definitely should do some kind of rotation with it, but as it currently stands, it appears to be 100% random, from what I can tell. Yeah, we'll throw it right there. It is likely that they will adjust it in the future, though, to have some kind of pattern to it. They're also said that they were going to extend it as well, to allow more legends and mythics to actually show up in the drop pool. Not sure if they're going to be doing that next patch or not, but it is something that they ended up mentioning as something that they're likely going to do in the future. As far as next patch, I actually don't know when they're even going to be doing the next patch. We ended up getting the little mini patch that did a bunch of bug fixes. Unfortunately, no new content actually came with it. I don't mind them just constantly bug fixing though, but new content's fun. But yeah. So next patch, I would assume would be mid-November, though. Ideally, I'd hope that would be before Merlantis, but I don't believe they'll be able to get one out before then. I also haven't gotten anything to beta test yet, so I don't think they've bothered with it yet. I could go check the beta testing too, because sometimes without even announcing, they update the beta servers. So I might need to go and check it to see what's up with it. They love to put the new mythic in the Soulforge the week after its release. Oh, do they? I hope they actually do that constantly. That would be really nice, because that means if you don't want to throw the resources at it, you would be able to just unlock it in the Soul Forge. I'll need to keep an eye on that when it actually does do it this time around, when the Soul Forge goes and gets our new mythic. Because that's actually a pretty good strategy then. Instead of wasting a bunch of keys to try to get the whatever, or gems, try to get whatever the most recent mythic is, you can get one every other month by just using the diamonds instead. First 3 to 5 slots. Wait, what is that being referred to? Oh wait, never mind. I didn't read your previous message. How many of the troops get rotated? For example, Yasmin's Chosen and Yexinos have not changed. Pretty sure Yasmin's Chosen is being changed. Extinos never gets changed though. He stays the same always. The reason for this is he's the craftable mythic within it. But yeah, Yasmin's Chosen has rotated a couple times. I know for sure that she wasn't there every single time. Alright, let's get the little bit of damage down. Get a ranger, and that will not be cleanup, but it'll bring it pretty close. Just ensure he dies. And with that over, that'll be the last little bit of damage we need. Down he goes. Yeah, all of them except Exynos gets rotated. And the reason Exynos doesn't is the same reason like the weapons and stuff don't. Because it's supposed to be like this craftable thing. Wait, no name. What? No name. I've seen this glitch before too. I think it's too strong for us to take, but let's go try it real quick. Let's go take out No Name. Mr. No Name. Also, I always find it funny when some games have a character named Mr. No Name. Because it's an oxymoron, because if its name is No Name or Mr. No Name, it has a name. So, yeah, it technically still has a name, if it has a no name as its name. But that's literally no name. That's not even like a exaggeration. That's literally no name as the name. Good job. I believe it might be a visual error, actually. But it has been happening for the last several months. It didn't used to be something that ever happened, but in the last couple months it just started randomly happening. I believe since Unity version, something related to it started to cause it occasionally. That, or maybe it's possible to set your name as No Name. We'll go do that there. Your split damage. And surprised we actually got the kill. We did lose a troop, but that's not really too big a deal. You hope Farish Ra is next week? Yeah. I really wish Farish Ra was just like perpetually, constantly craftable. That'd be really nice. Farish Ra is definitely, I would say, if I was to craft anything, like if I already had a Dragon Soul on this account, and or if I was to craft any one mythic on this one account I'm using right now, the first thing would be Farish Ra without a shadow of a doubt. Without a single beat being missed, we would go for Farish Ra the second we have enough resources. That will probably never actually happen on this account, because I don't believe we're going to be playing it long enough for us to really reach that point. Because the first thing we're throwing diamonds on will be Dragon Soul, and then after that will be Farish Ra, but then we have to wait for it. Even once we get enough, we still would have to wait several weeks for it to actually come into rotation as well. And I believe by then we'd probably move on to other things. After we finish this Let's Play account, I believe the next thing we're going to be working on as far as Let's Plays, though this one will actually technically be a Let's Play this time, is Puzzle Quest 1. We are going to play through Puzzle Quest 1 100% through. We are going to do it. It has never been recorded ever, someone 100%ing the game. I know it has been done before, but no one has ever bothered recording it from what I've seen, or at least it's not on YouTube, that's for sure. But yeah, we're going to be doing that eventually. So this account that we're doing right now will likely be finished, I would assume, by late November. So by around December, sometime around there, we'll probably be able to start the puzzle quest. Basically 100% run of puzzle quest. I will have to edit the videos most likely. Not 100% sure, we'll have to see. Because there are some instances where there will be a bit of a gap between what actually happens. There's also some grinding we would have to do, most of which would be done off camera, but there might be some instances where I would have to skip, like if we had to go do some grinding in between. Yeah, Puzzle Quest. Oh, I don't know if that's a question as in you don't know what Puzzle Quest is, but for any of you that don't know, Puzzle Quest was basically one of the games that kind of invigorated the whole match 3 genre of match 3 RPG genre. But what specifically is Puzzle Quest is it's done by the same developer, or the same lead developer, same kind of company thing, that did Gems of War. So it was basically their first match 3 project. It's basically the original Gems of War from ages ago. It's actually going to be a decade old. Oh, I need to see when it launched. We might do it for its 10-year anniversary, though. I think it already passed. Let me see. When was Puzzle Quest released? Yeah, I think its 10-year anniversary already passed. That would have been great to do it for. Let me see. Google Puzzle Quest. That'd be great if it was like November, October, or some other date. Let me see. Release date. Oh, it already passed. March 16th. Oh, that was ages ago. March 16th was when it was released. March 16th, 2007. Well, it's still the 10-year anniversary year, I guess. Still can celebrate as a 10-year anniversary. But yeah, that thing is old. By the time we finish the Let's Play, the game is going to be over 11 years old. Oh, can you find it on Steam? Yes, it is on Steam, though it's never on sale. It's actually a little bit more expensive buying it on Steam. I believe it costs $11, or $10, I mean, to buy it on Steam. Also, when we do the 100% late playthrough, we will be doing it with the DLC as well. The Steam version doesn't technically have DLC, but there is a mod that allows you to do it, so we will be playing with that mod. The mod does nothing else other than allow you to play the game with the DLC. So we'll be playing it with it. The first time I ever played Puzzle Quest, when we ended up doing it last year, or actually earlier this year, I should say, we didn't do it with the DLC, but this time we will be. The DLC actually is quite interesting. It adds more storyline, 4 new hero classes, which I believe there was only 4 to begin with. It basically doubles the amount of classes that you can use within the game, and it adds a bunch more items and a bunch more balance changes. I don't know if it's been mentioned yet, but Titan class works properly for the 500 gold bonus. Oh, does it? Oh, nice. So they did end up fixing that glitch then. I never actually bothered testing it since the Unity version, but apparently the Unity version did indeed fix it. So thank you for that, yeah. So now whenever we do the Monday videos, I will make sure to include hero-based troops again, because for the longest of time, for the last several months, I've been deliberately excluding them most times, unless they were particularly strong, mainly because I knew they didn't give the bonuses, but now since they do, I guess we'll run them. Sweet, okay, I did not know that. Thanks for confirming that for me. Oh no, we lost our ranger. Should have went and casted ranger, could have gotten more damage down. I think we're actually going to lose this battle. Really high possibility at this point. Good thing he misses. Well, get a little bit of all of our mana. We still use every color, at least until that thing dies. Dbarrel randomly dies, I actually don't mind, so we'll leave, keep poking. Just keep poking. Yep, it dies. That's to be expected. Another skull, wow. Too many skulls. I might actually have to leave that one where it is. Oh, we could always rock spirit it. Okay, we'll go. Oh, whoops, I meant to try to align that. Fail. I was like trying to align it, and then in trying to align it, I somehow made it not align. Okay, he can't kill us with a skull, so let's just go split damage him. And that's team wipe. And green or red? We technically need both, so I guess we'll go red. Yeah, I never actually played Puzzle Quest when it was originally released. I only got into the match 3 genre when Gems of War came out. Gems of War was the first match 3 game I ever played. Like, not even like the ultra casual ones like Candy Crush or anything like that. I've never even played any of those before. Gems of War was literally the first one I ever did. Let's see. I'll go throw that down. Throw down a ranger. Get herself a deep borer. Probably onto the left side. And get that down. And down it goes. Impervious still doesn't stop mana burn. Or are you remembering it incorrectly that it did stop? It did stop. I know for sure because my Element Grim wasn't being mana burned earlier. I believe some people were saying that it was still glitched on PC. I mean on almost just said Steam on on mobile and console. Some people were saying it was still glitched, but as far as the PC version, everything is working correctly. Mana burn's working correctly on it, or in that it gets stopped. Devour gets stopped by it. Everything that's supposed to work correctly is working on the PC version. As far as the other platforms, I do not know, but I know for sure that it is indeed working correctly on PC. Where to move, where to move. They were supposed to have fixed that the previous patch, but apparently it might have got through the cracks on some platforms. Which would be odd, since that's kind of the whole purpose of the patch that they just did. Was to kind of fix the impervious. That was one of the main things that it was done for. Now we'll go through a ranger, through another ranger, and that's match. Actually, don't even need to. Throw to higher damage. Not like it would matter. Oh yeah, the redeem code is working for some people, but not everyone. I know, it's really weird. I don't know what's up with it. It might be a region thing, I'm not quite sure. But if the redeem code's not working for you, put your invite code into chat, and hopefully someone who can claim it will end up using it for you. I'm not sure it even has any more claims. We posted about half an hour ago, but due to the redeem code glitch that's happening right now, it is possible that it's still not used up, just because quite a few people aren't actually able to use it for no reason whatsoever. It just doesn't work for them. For no apparent reason. We'll go throw Ranger on the Summoner just so it doesn't get a summon. That's perfectly fine that it doesn't kill because that gives us more Ranger damage potential when we get another one up. If we get another one up. That complete pure miss. Pure unadulterated miss. Yellow Surge. Nope, didn't get it. Take herself some green. Oh no, we can't take green. There we go. I'll go to store turn. That's match. And down it goes. We're almost there. We're 1,474. And all we need to do is get all the way up to 1.9k. And then we'll get all of our glory keys. Hopefully we get some good drops in them. Wouldn't that be amazing if we randomly get a Dragon Soul? Let's see. If we don't get Dragon Soul, what would be the best thing we could possibly get? That's a legend. Probably a Queen Mab. Even without traits, she'll still be pretty devastating. Mainly due to her really, really, really high damage output that no troops will have immunity to. Since no one in early game will bother having Mana Burn as a trait. Even if they do have some traits, they'd be crazy to run something specifically with Mana Burn, other than maybe Valkyrie or something. That or if they happen to have Dragon Soul, but most people this early don't have Dragon Soul, which is lucky because every single person we ever see with Dragon Soul is going to be ridiculously annoying when we don't have a proper team to face it. Because it might be really, really, really strong, but of course it's really, really strong in the other direction too if you're actually facing against it without the proper counters. Okay, and then we can Ranger the 1 HP to go take that last little bit out. Oh, better than nothing. Gotta take it out somehow. Hello, Mehmet. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, that we definitely can't do. Oh, a giant. Gotta get those giant kills. Need those gems. Oh, wait. You know what we need to go do? We need to go level our Soul Forge. We've probably been able to level it for ages now. I keep forgetting that. Okay, I need to post that to the forum again. Because I know no one else will. Because most people who are later in the game have already posted it. But I need to remind them how absolutely annoying it is that it doesn't auto-level when you're trying to upgrade the Soul Forge. Okay, we'll go throw that over to the side. Get our split damage. Throw down the blue into all that mess. Yeah, if anyone has any questions or anything you guys want me to go over, feel free to leave them in chat. We'll definitely make sure to do so. Also, I believe, who was it? McCoy is helping everyone with the codes because some people aren't able to do the codes. So if you're unable to redeem the code below, make sure to leave your invite code in chat. And hopefully someone will end up picking it up and putting it in for you. There's a really weird thing happening with codes right now where some people just randomly aren't able to claim it. So hopefully that'll work. Best green team for tomorrow, having all green mythics. I'm probably going to be running the same green that I end up running today, or that someone suggested today. As far as if it's the absolute best, personally, my absolute favorite to run is Giant Spider Kraken, Giant Spider Kraken. But the problem with that is it's really bad against Queen Mab. The team that we're going to be running today is going to be, let's see if I can even remember it. It's KrissTigger. Oh wait, you guys don't have it on console yet though. It uses Asha, which is a dragon that you guys will probably get in a couple weeks. This guy, that guy right there, that one. You guys don't have him yet. But the team was KrissTigger, Asha, KrissTigger, Famine. Or if you're up against a Kraken, you switch the Famine and the last slot is KrissTigger. So if you're up against a Kraken, the team would be KrissTigger, Asha, Famine, and KrissTigger. But yeah, console currently doesn't have that. So you could replace it with like a Kraken or something, I guess, instead. Would probably work if you don't have the Asha. So instead of going KrissTigger, Asha, Famine, KrissTigger, you would go KrissTigger, Kraken, Famine, and then the KrissTigger all the way in the back. But yeah, personally, as long as you're not up against Queen Mab, Giant Spider Kraken is enough to kill every team. The only thing it doesn't work against is freeze. And occasionally Mana Drain can catch it, but pretty much Mana Drain can catch every single team in the game. That's not exclusive only to that one. I go move it right over. Pick up blues, didn't get enough mana. Ooh, a skeleton. It's gonna get some skull. Not that much skull actually. End up missing that pretty well. What do we throw? What do we throw? I guess we'll take some... Oh, that's not the one I meant to take. Well, I guess that works too. If nothing else. New strategy plan. Oh, there goes Ranger. Go take out the highest amount of damage we possibly can. We're gonna get the last little bit of our mana, if we can even find it anywheres. Apparently not. Nope. We'll go throw this to the side. Go and get the damage down. And then Ranger for the win. There we go. Hello, Antonio. Welcome. Welcome. We're almost there. 350 more. Let me go upgrade this thing already before I forget again. Soulforge. Oh no, we didn't even reach it. Actually, we're one battle off. Oh, good. I didn't end up losing any value. Sweet. Still annoying that it doesn't automatically level though. Because I have to constantly keep checking. It's like, oh, will it be there? Will it not? Oh, there we go. We get 10 gold and 8 glories. I mean, 10 gems and 8 glories. Wow, why did I say gold? I definitely want 10 gems more than 10 gold, that is for sure. And soon we'll get to 30 gems. Hey, 30-30, that's funny. You basically get to convert all of the event gems into actual gems. Actually, getting 30 event gems, it gives us more gems than the amount of event gems we accumulated. Because we'd end up getting 40 gems for 30 event gems, plus 8 glory keys on top of it. That's really good value then. Alright, we'll take this skull, I guess, just so he doesn't take it. It's like this turn didn't even start yet. Or the battle, I mean. Wow, this board is horrible. I don't even know what I want to move. Oh yeah, okay, we'll go for it. I'm trying to make sure I don't deny the Browns. The only problem is he's just going to go for the Browns anyways. Get down a Ranger. Who's the biggest threat? Probably the Burn. The Burn Looper. So we'll keep targeting him down. Keep getting rangers up. Only problem is he gets semi-blocked. Purple Surge. Yes, because that's the easiest way to get Rock Spirit up without taking browns. So we'll throw down a ranger. And get that down. Little poke. Throw down the browns. What else? What else? Kill him. That'll die. Move that over. Ranger. And good to go. Hello, Mars. Welcome. Also, thank you so much, McCoy, for helping with all the redeem codes. Much appreciated. What do you think of this team? Forest Guardian, Queen Aurora, Fanair, and Wolf Garrick. I believe the Wolf Garrick should be shifted much further to the front of the team. Like literally first lot, if possible. Other than that, the composition seems like it would work. It's just the order, I would almost completely flip the team, actually. I would use Wolf Garrick, Fanair, Forest Guardian, and then Queen Aurora would be the order I would run it in. Or you could, if you wanted to go more towards the Queen Aurora cast, you could put it the other way around. But yeah, I'd say Wolf Garrick, Fanair, Forest Guardian, and Queen Aurora would be the order I would run it in. It's same composition, just a different order. It's almost the exact reverse order of what you're currently using. Let's see. We'll take the red over. Take over the green. Take the blues up. Get the skull poke. Ranger on... What should we throw a ranger on? I don't want to kill him yet. We'll go throw it on the one that gains HP. Most annoying thing actually on his team is the lava elemental though, so maybe I should go for that instead. Especially if we're gonna miss like that. Oh, fail. Fail strong. Go throw that down, get our mana from the cascade. Oh, nice little extra turn right there, and that's match. Should be. There we go. Also, thank you for the subscribe, Barbara Hernandez. Much appreciated. But yeah, we'll probably be streaming for the next hour or so. From there, we will be switching over to the other game that I mentioned the other day. And later tonight, we're going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is around 8 hours from now. We will be doing the Guild Wars for today. We'll also try a second attempt at doing the dungeons. We got one done on this account. I don't know if we're going to be able to get much further than that. Of course, on our main account, it's a cakewalk to get through them. On this account, not so much. We're still missing a couple of the core troops that are needed for it. There's a chance that in these glory keys that we're obtaining right now, that we might end up getting it. So let's hope that happens. And if so, then, well, let's hope we get it. Let's just hope we get it. There's a lot of drops that would be useful. The only problem is actually getting them as our drops. That is one thing I do miss about this game. And one of the reasons why I love making new accounts too. The fun it is to actually open up keys when you're on a newer account is really, really nice. You don't really feel that as much later in the game, because the only thing you ever need in late game are mythics. And their chance, how far in between you actually get mythics as drops is so scarce that you don't really get that excitement. Because if I get like a legend on my other account, it's like, oh yeah, a legend. Another one to go into the pile. Unless it's like one of the few legends I actually need copies of, which I believe are only like 2 of them right now. They're just the most recent event ones. Sometimes they're not even in a drop hole anyway, so I don't even know if they are, when they are. Because there's no direct clarification when they get released. There is a way to see it by checking the files, but there's no way just from playing the game without going through arbitrary means to figure out how or when troops actually get added to the drop pool. For any of you that don't know, anything that ever comes via an event, which is almost everything that's ever released other than Kingdom content, ends up getting, it's generally basically exclusive for the week that it comes out, and then for about the month afterwards, it's not available by any means. But then after that, it's in all the normal drop pools. like the glory keys, gem keys, all that kind of stuff. But for that like 1 month or so period, there's kind of a time when you just can't get it. It's literally impossible unless you get it from like a random task or something. But as far as actually opening keys, it's not actually in there. So it's a little bit annoying. Because let's say you wanted, for example, not this Monday, but the following Monday, we're going to be getting a new legend. Of course, you can event key for it, but after that week, or the next like 4 to 6 weeks, it will be impossible to actually get that by any means. So that's slightly annoying. But I see their reasoning behind it. It basically incentivizes people to actually get it immediately, because you can't just randomly get it afterwards. You would have, or you can, but for that small duration of time, you basically get it kind of as like an exclusive troop that you can kind of use, and you get better value out of it. Same thing happens with glory rewards too. They basically implemented this to incentivize actually buying glory rewards and buying the gem keys and everything. So the reasoning behind it is actually pretty solid. Though they don't really need to incentivize spending glory, that is for sure. Spending glory on the event packs is actually the best value you can get. If anything, they almost over-incentivized spending glory on the event packs. The value for doing so is so good that you have no reason to ever buy glory keys, just because the event packs are, or not the event packs, you know what I mean, the weekly new troops that come in every week. Those are so much better value than than using them on gem keys, that there's almost no point in ever doing gem keys, at least via actual spending of glory. Where to go? Wolfgarrick Lassa is probably counter to Kraken. That could be the case. But unless you were specifically up against Kraken, you wouldn't need to do it. Generally, whenever I run Wolfgarrick, I always run it as a first slot, particularly if you're running Fenrir in the team. There's no need to have a Fenrir in the team if you're not running Wolfgarrick first slot. I believe the redeem code issue isn't a browser issue. I believe it's a regional issue. I'm not 100% certain on that, but I'm pretty sure it's a regional issue, because that was kind of the issue they had earlier with it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same thing again. There we go. Let's get a ranger. Actually, you know what? Let's not do the ranger yet. Let's go do that. Get the brown from the cascade, and now we ranger, and that should be enough damage. Down it goes. Yeah, anyone who wants to claim the redeem code below, if it doesn't work for you, put your invite code into the chat, and hopefully McCoy or someone else will be able to claim it for you. Let's see, did we get the another event? No, we didn't. But we did get defend rewards, so I'll go claim those. All the defends. Getting those glory keys. I think we're going to open them. Hopefully we'll get something nice. Or should we save them for the video? No, I'm probably going to open them now. The hype. Let's see. Well, not literally now. We're going to wait to at least until we get 1.9k. But then we're going to open them all. See what we get. I think we need about 5 to 6 more battles to complete that out. And then we will slowly open them one by one, and then get a Dragon Salt. That'd be amazing. Okay, we'll throw this down. Throw it down over there. Oh, should have taken those yellows. Could have gotten more into that ranger. Fail, fail. Not too big a deal though. Throw down this deep over here. Got it. Yeah, we can interrupt it. Go do that so he doesn't get the skull. Do the exact thing over again that we just did the previous turn, except we missed. Throw that down. We really need another rock guy too. Rock spirit. If we could get another one, we're replacing our team to that pretty much immediately. We have plenty of rangers. The problem is we don't have any extra copies of the ultra rare guy, and he's the one I actually need another copy of to for the team, because it's a lot more potent to use double rock spirit than it is to use double ranger. I'm only using it because I don't have double rock spirit. Okay, well, we'll go move the brown over. Skull. Do we bother? No. Hey, it almost didn't bother either. Wait, why is its attack value so high? Oh, it must be using Warlord. Oh yeah, that's why. Hello, Warlord hero class. That would explain why your attack is so high. Go get rid of this, even though we get slightly less boost ratio. I want to make sure we don't get burned by that. It does way too much damage. And again, so does the hero at this point. I need to make sure it doesn't get any skulls. That is so much damage. Nice. Get your gigantic hit. It survives with 1 HP, all it needs. Has plenty enough HP. Throw it down for some damage. Throw it down for some more damage, and down goes. Have I ever played Marvel Puzzle Quest? Yes, we ended up streaming it once, and I wore the eye patch thing and did narration for it. We didn't really care for it that much. I ended up getting locked out of the game basically from the time thingies that prevent you from playing anymore. But yeah, I didn't really care for Marvel Puzzle Quest. Not a fan. Also, despite the name, the Marvel Puzzle Quest wasn't made by the same company that made Puzzle Quest. Let's see. Go throw down Ranger. Throw down the pokes. You just downloaded it? Well, good luck. Good luck with that. I guess if you really are into Marvel, it would be okay. I'm not a fan of Marvel, though. Or I'm not, like, against Marvel, but I don't know. Anything superhero related I never really got into. I still occasionally watch, like, some of the superhero movies, but for the most part, everything's superhero related. Not really. I don't really care for that much. Out of every single one that's currently, like, out there, I think Deadpool is about the only one I really care for. Mainly because I like fourth wall characters. Let's see. Well, we'll go and take the green. Throw down... Oh, we'll just take the red. Get ourselves some free skulls. Get the D4 off to the side. And just get the pure damage into another ranger. That should die off the split. Also, he has plague, and he didn't die to the split, or she, I should say. Well, that's unfortunate. Look at this low-level player with a plague. Unfortunately, he got, like, one of the worst mythics. Particularly for early game. That thing is abysmal. 20 mana cost just to reduce the enemy stats by 3. But then again, I guess it does poison. That might actually be okay in early game. I didn't think about that. It does have a poison all on its ability as well. There are definitely cheaper things to do poison all with, though, than a plague. That is for sure. But I guess it does disease, too, so maybe he's using it for that. I guess it's not as bad. But the stat reduction is pitiful early on in the game. Okay. What to do here? I guess we just take the skull. Keep poking it down. I believe this is our last battle, too, until we get the rating we need. If not, I think it's one more after this one. Throw down the ranger. That nice splits. There goes the kill. For mana. Come on, can something get to full mana? We're getting like a little bit on everything, but not full on anything. Oh, good. The one I needed to not get silenced actually didn't get silenced for once. We get an extra turn if we do it right here. I think I'm going to go for it. Mainly because he's the only option we really have to use right now. And it does look like it paid off because we won right there. There we go. Now you're using Brian, Asha, Draculus, and Uriale. It is surprisingly not that horrible. That is definitely interesting for a Green Day team. It's like a instant green wipe kind of team. See what you're going for. Oh, come on, we're 92, or 92. We're 8 rating off from what we need. So let's go fight this one. Nico will be the final battle. And now we'll close the gap we need. And then let's see what we get from the glory keys. Hopefully we get a good legend. Maybe we'll get our first mythic. We still haven't gotten a mythic yet either. Though the chances of that occurring is extremely slim. I believe it's a 0.01% chance that every key we open has a mythic in it. Take the skull. And there we go. And that'll be the last we need. Let's go. Or glory key opening. The moment of truth. Let's do it one by one. Or actually, I won't know which ones are new or not if I do it one by one. Nah, we'll do it one by one. Let's go open them. There we go. We got our rating that we needed. Okay, it's time. Please, good troops, good troops. Let's do our tribute first. Do our gold keys, then let's go open them. Hey, tribute. Nice. We actually got a double tribute earlier, which I was really surprised on this account. Well, let's go do 10 at once. Not needed. Oh, gems needed. Bad. Oh, new one. Guillory. Not really that useful. Useless. Okay, useless. Somewhat useful. Situational. Useless most of the time. Especially since Wisp exists. Useless. Situational. Useless. Useless to the billionth degree. Useful. We already have a copy of you. Somewhat useful it would have been. Very useful. But we already have him. Hey, we got the Jackalope. It's useless. Hellhound, useless. Bone Daemon, you only need it for summon. 100% useless. Greatstone, another Deep Ore. Sabertooth, also useless. Another Ranger. Please, stop giving me Rangers. I need the other one. Rex Warrior, pretty useless. Dark Master, only useful like prior to level 50. Even prior to level 100, I don't even think I would bother with it. Some gems, and that's it. Come on. Where's the legends at? Show us the legends. Souls. Another useless Dark Master, another useless Saber, Griffin Knight for some yellow mana generator, Nif for the lowest mana cost, Entangle, another Ranger. Come on, so many Ranger. Hey, Salamander, that one's new, except it's useless, unfortunately. Lava Elemental is actually stronger than this thing. It deals damage to an enemy and then burns them. It's basically Lava Elemental, except weaker, but it's targetable. It also has a higher mana cost. They could lower this to 10 mana and it still wouldn't be used. It is way too high of a mana cost. They need to either extremely upgrade his ability or lower his mana cost to like 9 or something, or 10. Preferably, I just prefer if they make him a stronger ability. Maybe hit a target and then a random target, or basically what he does now, except add a random target on top of it. So he hits basically like a Hobgoblin, which is also a red green as well, for 11 mana cost, which gains an automatic extra turn. Basically make him like a Hobgoblin, except with no extra turn, but make it so he does his full effect. So deal damage to an enemy and then burns a single target and then a random target on top of that. If they did that, then Salamander would actually be a viable troop to use occasionally. It also is one of the few troops in the entire game that has both the ability to burn plus Pyromania, which is 2 times skull damage to burning enemies. So it has that synergy as well, which is kind of nice. But yeah, if they just made it like a Hobgoblin, a burn version of Hobgoblin without the extra turn, and maybe lowers mana to 12, or just keep it as 13, then he would be usable. In his current state, he's 100% useless though. Another Dark Master. Hippogriff, not needed. Greatstone. Alkalite, not needed. Okay, last 10. Sacrificial Priest, not needed. Very situational. Goblin Rocket! That we do need. That's our first Goblin Rocket. I know for sure we didn't have one yet. So that's a really good drop. Revenant, not a good drop. Tradestone. Archon Statue. Good in early game, don't really need it though. Oh! We got the Makeshift Queen Mab. That is the cheapest troop you can use right there. It's the easiest to obtain troop in the game, even though it's an epic. It's actually somewhat still hard to get. But it's the lowest rarity troop you can obtain that can consistently freeze the entire enemy team. That's actually a surprisingly decent drop, because this now allows us to run just this team if we wanted to. It's, like I mentioned, the cheapest possible team or troop that can run it. Basically, our team would be something in first slot, Valkyrie, Justice, and this thing in last slot would be our team. Sometimes we could even put this in first slot if we really wanted to, but it's a little bit of a liability due to the mana blocking. So generally, I just put it in last. Goblin Shaman, that's good if we didn't already have one. No, we did. But yeah, those 2 drops right there, Ice Golem and Goblin Rocket, definitely pretty decent. Unfortunately, I don't really have the souls or anything to really bother with either of them. But they are definitely 2 good troops to have. If we get another Goblin Rocket, we can make the Infinite Loop team. I believe we have a Hellcat already. Or do we? I know we did on our previous Let's Play account. Oh no, the screen is frozen. Oh no, it's that key glitch again, where the game freezes after you open a bunch of keys. Okay, there we go. That was weird. That lag. Did we get a Hellcat yet? No, we did not. Never mind, we can't run that team. I don't have the Hellcat. See, what are our rarities right now? What are our higher rarities? Let's see. Okay. So of our higher rarity troops, we do have a couple decent ones. We have Tesla. We have... Actually, let me do base rarity. Okay, we have Tesla. I don't really oh, I guess for Princess Fizzbang, I guess we could count. We have Tesla, Princess Fizzbang, Ice Golem, Werewolf situationally, I guess we could count. And yeah, that's it. That's about the furthest we really go with decent ones. I guess Asha could slightly count too. Situationally. I didn't even realize this was an epic. I, for some reason, thought it was a ultra rare. I guess not. Never mind. But, yeah. Only 2 legends so far, and obviously 0 mythics. It's not really going to be likely for us to ever get anytime soon. Who do you think is better to craft first, Soulforge? Infernus or Famine? Ooh. That depends. Do you already own Elma Grim? If you own Elma Grim, I would personally go for Infernus just because of how much fun it would be to mess around with how much damage you can do. Famine would be the safer pick, though. We don't know if Famine's going to be indirectly nerfed in the future, though. In his current state, he's still ridiculously good. Famine is more of a Guild War troop. Infernus is more of a red Guild War and PvP troop. Famine can be used in literally all 3 of the Guild War colors. Though the downside of Famine is you don't really use it in PvP. Mainly because while it is good at winning, it's not good at winning quickly. So it really depends what your goal is. If your sole purpose is winning Guild Wars, then definitely go Famine. If you're interested in making a new, quicker PvP team, or something that's possibly quicker than what you're using now, then Infernus would probably be the better option. One other thing to note is with Infernus, it's mandatory that you get him fully traded. With Famine, you would not necessarily need to get it traded to make it still be really potent of a troop. So if your trait stones are an issue, you might want to go Famine instead before you get the Infernus. Also, you could just go based on whichever one comes first, because based on what's actually available in the Soulforge... Oh yeah, I can't show what's actually available. We're not on the right account. But based on what's currently available at a given time, you might not be able to get what you need. Anyways, this account has now done everything that it needs to, so we might as well go head over back to our other account. We did basically everything we need to on this account. Well, I guess we could go a little bit higher on the giant kills, but the only problem with that is actually finding giants to kill is going to be near impossible on this account, because no one in early game runs giants at all. We repicked 5 times, and oh well, we found one, but it was on a like 9,000 rating person. There's one, but it's on too high of a person. And no, oh yeah, never mind, that wasn't one. No early game person is actually running giants, so I'm not gonna bother with that. Yeah, let's go and head over to the other account and then go from there. So let me X out, log out, and switch back to our main account. And if you guys have any teams you want me to do or anything like that, we'll go mess around on there. Let's see, was that over? Log out, log out. Come on, login screen, there we go. Log back in. There we go. And now to just launch the gems of the war. All the gems of the war. Okay. Games. Come on, game. Why is Steam frozen? Steam! Stop not responding. What are you doing, Steam? There we go. Okay. I think I got it working. Should launch now. Any second now. There we go. Spend those gems to open a 50 gem pack. I did already. We already did do a 50 gem pack. We did that earlier. I did it immediately after we did the first battle in dungeon. But yeah, we already did do that. We've done it every single time so far. Well, maybe not literally every time, but every single time we've won the first dungeon on that account. Well, yeah, we did every single time then. Because we've only had it unlocked for 2 days. And we've done it twice so far. Yeah, every single time I have been unlocking it. Soon I'm going to run out of gems to be able to do it literally every time. I probably need to stop soon. Soon I'm only going to do it on Diamond Day on my other account, because that's the only day that's going to be viable to run it. Also, whoever was asking about the Infernus earlier, this would be the team that you would run it with if you did want to go Infernus instead of Famine. The main PvP team that you would end up using. There are a couple different variants that you can do with him too. This is just my personal favorite. It's really bad against Queen Mab, which is a bad example that I'm showing it against a Queen Mab right now. But hopefully it'll still work. It can still win against Queen Mab, it's just ideally not something you'd want to face. Any infinite loop team against Queen Mab is generally a bad idea. But it does look like we got it. But yeah, that's basically what you would do if you were to have it in a furnace. Assuming you already had the Element Grim, like you said. That's what it would end up doing. It doesn't do that every battle, but for the most part. Particularly against not Queen Mab. Oh, come on, another Queen Mab. Let's see if it can win against it. This one will probably lose, mainly because it has Wisp Queen Mabs. The problem with Wisp Queen Mab is it basically gets a guaranteed freeze almost instantly. Which is just way too quick for us to be able to handle. Unless we get really lucky on the starting board. You know what? We might have the chance to get up before he does. Please don't miss. It missed. We lost. Well, we lost already. And he took away our purple, so we can't even do that either. Yeah, we already lost. There's no way of winning at this point. Let's see. We'll take the reds. Double the brown. Maybe we could double cleanse or something. Nope. We are not frozen on brown anymore. We're still frozen on purple, though. 2 times over. Still frozen on purple. And now we're frozen on everything. Except yellow. Or, you know, as far as the colors that we use. Looks like we still might come up with the win, though. Barely. We're not frozen on brown anymore. And now we're frozen on everything again, pretty much. And there we go, we end up winning. Well, that's not ideally how you want to do it, but down it goes. Wait, I had 50 gem keys on my other account? How did I have 50 gem keys? Oh, because we have the gems. No, I need to save the gems for the video. That I do need to save for a video. I might actually event key it for the new Merlantis Kingdom. On that other account. But yeah, I need to save the gems for a video. I need to save something for the video. I can't use literally everything on this stream. But yeah, the gems we definitely have to keep for the video and for other purposes. Let's see. We'll throw that down on double browns. Move that up. Get the Ellie. Get the double purple. Another Ellie. Oh no, it missed. It kind of. It initially missed. For another Ellie. For another Ellie. Furnace. There we go. But yeah, I absolutely love this team. This would be what you would do if you wanted to go in Furnace instead of Famine. Is it worth doing? Yeah, I probably would. If I had the choice between... If I already had an Element Grim and my choice was a Famine or Infernus, I personally would go with the Infernus. It's just so much more fun to use with this kind of team setup. Famine does have its purposes, but I'd much rather have the better PvP team than the better Guild War team. Because the Guild War meta will always shift. Well, I guess the PvP meta will shift too. But for the most part, this won't really shift from being good in PvP. Also, this does still work in Guild Wars too. This is literally a red Guild War team. As a team that we're using right now. I didn't even make it with the intention of using it for Red Guild War. It just happened to have aligned to be Red Guild War as well. Which worked out perfectly. I wish they would add more teams like this where they would actually end up making troops that synergize together for a specific Guild War day. I don't know if they did this intentionally. Probably not. But it did end up working out exactly so. So skulls, we pretty much just completely ignore. We have no need for them at all. The only thing we need to prioritize is mana. Come on, get the last little bit of mana. Something get to full mana. Got like a little bit on everything we own. There we go. A little late though. So luckily Queen Mab did not get a freeze yet. And this match. Hello, Martin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Which troop would you trait with the Arcane Mountain trait stones? Arcane Mountain, Gorgolfa. Cockatrice and Gorgolfa would be the first two things I would ever go for. We'll be doing the video soon going over the best for every single thing. But yeah, let me just do a quick rundown out of all of them. I believe I did it on Monday too. Or did I not do a full rundown? I might have only done a brief thing on it. So every brown yellow, let's say good or bad. Bad. Situational, I would not prioritize it first. Really good, probably the best low rarity thing you could trait. It has Air Link and then the Entrapment, which works really well with its ability. Mantis, not a first priority, but is worth trading. Dragonian Monk, if you're running it in a dragon team, is worth trading, otherwise don't bother. Drake is, I believe, useless to trait. Yeah, pretty much useless to trait, so don't even bother with the Drake. Dust Devil is situational. Basically every empowered is worth getting for the most part. He is used to reposition the enemy team. Personally, I wouldn't go for him, mainly because there are some board control options that are being added into the next kingdom that might be better than him, though he is the only troop in the entire game that can switch the enemy's team's positioning from turn 1, so he's pretty decent. Famine, if you have him, is worth trading. Fire Giant, if you're running an all-giant team, is worth trading. I forget if Guard's Avatar uses it, but if he does, he's worth trading. Gob Trumper is situational, but is worth trading for countering out goblins. Gorgolfa is the other major pick. So far out of everything, even though I mentioned a bunch, Cockatrice and Gorgolfa are the only two high priorities so far that we went over. Gorgolfa is the absolute best thing that you can do of a higher rarity to put traits into. He's basically unusable without his final traits, but with his final trait, he becomes one of the best first slots in the entire game. Very, very commonly used. Has a cleanse on him, has a lot of explosion, a decent mana cost that's not too high given how much mana he generates, and 75% skull reduction, which is the second highest skull reduction in the game. Really, really tanky. And he's much more viable than the highest reduction as well. Keg Hammer you can ignore. King Mikhail you can pretty much ignore. He's very situational. Lady Sapphira is useless. Little Johnny is basically useless. He does have Impervious, but he never really gets used. Mongo is useless, even though he has Impervious. Rashka is generally useless. Sacred Guardian, out of the context of Guild Wars, is useless. Satire Magician, you don't need his traits. He does have an okay ability, though. I forget if Stonehammer uses it, but don't give it to him if he does. Steam Torrent's useless. Oh, Great Maul is another pretty decent one, though generally you run Gorgolfa first to fully trait. Great Maul gains 2 to all stats whenever it takes a skull, and it also gains a bunch of HP whenever it actually turns, so it's pretty nice. But yeah, Gorgolfa and Cockatrice are the main two that we've come up to so far. Wolf Knight you don't really need, and I forget if Extinos uses it, but if he does, you don't really need him to trade him. He basically just has things that keep him alive, though I highly doubt you actually have him. But anyways, yeah, that brings the final verdict to what we said initially, which was Gorgolfa and Cockatrice. Cockatrice as the lower option, Gorgolfa as the main thing you would want to get up first. You're under 1,000 on the Glory to buy the 50 keys. You're working back up to it. Yeah, it's always nice to be able to get a little bit of extra. Let's see. Play a green team practice for Green Day. Sure, I can go do the Green Day. We still have it saved, I believe. No, that's not it. Oh no, I didn't save it. I said I was going to remember it, but I didn't end up saving it. There's 2 different teams that we're going to be running. This one was suggested for me to run earlier, so we're going to be running it. I'm doing it in a slightly different order than what was suggested, though. But we'll go run that and Asha. This was the team that was asked for earlier. Still not really sure what banner I should really run with it, though. Oh, yeah, no, I know which banner. We knew what one. Never mind. It was a Frozen banner that we need to run on it. I could find it, the one without the icon on it. There we go. Yeah, we can go do a green practice run. The other team that we sometimes use is Giant Spider Kraken, Giant Spider Kraken, or Double Giant Spider, Double Kraken, or Double Kraken, Double Giant Spider, depending on what we're up against. Yeah, we'll just go take that. Get the damage down. I need to try finding a purple. Any purples? Come out wherever you are. There. That gives us our crystallizes. And what else? What else? Oh, sure, we'll go for green. So we'll just get Skull distracted. Get rid of green just so it doesn't get the value out of them. Then again, maybe I shouldn't have done that. We kind of need the green almost more than need to use the green. But at least I'll make him miss now, if nothing else. I guess it was worth it. It made him miss. Oh, good. We get to convert out blue right here. The problem is we don't really have much to put blue on. I can't do it on brown, can't do it on green, can't do it on yellow because we're frozen on all three of them. So basically we can't do it on anything then. I guess we throw it on brown just to get his mana. Oh, oops, I did that in the wrong order. I specifically said whenever we're up against a Kraken, I need to make sure not to do it there. And that's exactly the reason why you don't do that. I didn't realize he had a Kraken. Wasn't paying attention when we started the battle. I need to make sure to remember that when we do the battles later. Okay, we can still win though. Let's get rid of green for the higher damage output. Also to make sure he doesn't get it. Now we need to get rid of blue, now that he put a bunch more blue on the board. Never mind, that's not going to happen. And we die. Fail. The struggle of putting something in the wrong slot. Now we can put the famine in last slot. It's kind of fun. Brian buffs everyone else. Oh yeah, the team that you were talking about earlier. That does seem kind of interesting. We might need to try it once, if you remind me later. It'd be really situational though if I would throw it. The main problem with it is not even that it's bad or anything. It's that I've been trying to not use true damage in Guild Wars. The main reason being is if you run true damage in Guild Wars, there's going to be the issue that you don't actually score as high. Even if you do really, really good battles, you're not going to score anywhere near as high when you end up doing it. Mainly because you're not going to have the benefit from doing more damage. Because it calculates how much damage you do, and true damage hit bypasses the armor, which means you'll always do less damage than what you could potentially do with physical damage. Also, somehow we just completely got obliterated there. I was just looking at the screen and it's like, oh wow. Yeah, we did. Also, this is one of the reasons why I actually have the team ordered as it is because of Corvash. Because he's going to get a drain on that troop right there when he does the double. If he gets the kill. Actually, now he'll be able to get it too. At least we can famine it right now. I cannot take any of that blue. Let's go kill him. And he gets his Queen Mad out from that. Not much I can do against that. Let's see. I'm not sure if I'll actually be able to run this for Guild War today. You said it's a Wisp counter. Maybe we'll only use it against the Wisp and then use our normal team for all other teams. Yeah, this isn't really working that well. It could have just been an outlier, which is definitely quite possible. Literally any battle can be an outlier just from them randomly looping. But, ouch. KrissTigger, Dragonian Monk, Dragon Soul, and Asha. Sure, we can go do that. I'll just remember this team for later. KrissTigger. Oh, we already had the KrissTigger fail. Dragonian Monk. Dragonian Monk, Dragon Soul, and the D, and Asha. There we go. Okay, and let's roll this with a +2 purple, +1 yellow, or +2 purple, +1 red Dragon Soul banner with a -1 yellow. If I can find it, there it is. There we go. And we get all those bonuses from having a bunch of dragons. Oh, and we're up against all wisps, of course. I didn't even notice that until I just clicked the button. The all wisp battle. So it begins. Now we'll get the purple right away, get the crystallize, though that's not going to get too much value out of it, given that it's going to cleanse at any moment now. Let's see, move that down. Throw down an X for some barrier. And that barriers everything except himself. He's so nice, he barriers everyone else. What do we throw here? Let's get rid of blue. We only need it for one troop. He needs it for, well, he needs it for the same troop actually. We'll throw down the Dragon Soul. There we go. We still got it all back easily. Get rid of red, just to make sure he doesn't loop that much. Want to keep purple for myself. And down he goes. There we go. That ended up working out. The all dragon team. Can't go wrong with dragons. How close are we to the next level? Oh, never mind. We already got it recently. I was going to say, we should keep playing until we get that level, but I didn't realize we already got it. So, yeah, we already ended up getting that earlier. Yeah, does anyone else have any other questions or team builds you want me to go over or anything like that? I believe we are going to end out the stream, but we will be transitioning into the other game. It was the game I meant to play yesterday that I was going to do. Strife. It's a MOBA, multiplayer online battle arena. Most of you probably know what it is, I think. If you ever heard of Dota 2 or League of Legends, it's 3 lanes, a little wilderness area. Units get spawned there. There are 3 tower thingies. You got to go kill them. Defeat the enemy's base and win. It's a team 5 versus 5 base team kind of game. So we're going to be running that game after this. First time I'm ever actually streaming it on YouTube. I did stream it a little bit on Twitch in the past, from when all the way back when we used to be on Twitch like a year and a half ago. But yeah, we're going to stream that a little bit more today. Well, for the first time, I should say. Let's see. Yeah, I know. I always love doing all dragon teams. Personally, I run the Gorgolfa variant normally. Just because it's tankier. I might need to stop running the Gorgolfa variant though, mainly because it's kind of clunky against the fact that not that many people are running skull-oriented stuff nowadays. Anyways, guys, hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your weekend. Tomorrow or later tonight, we will be back with the Gems of War stream, doing the Guild War battles, dungeon, and all that kind of stuff on this account, and probably a little bit on our other account as well, possibly. And that will be in about 7.5 hours from now. So we'll be back then with that. Otherwise, in the next hour or so, half an hour to an hour, we'll be back with the other game. Also, tomorrow we will be doing Stardew Valley at noon for a couple hours. We're going to be continuing our challenge video kind of thing, where we're trying to complete out the game, basically the completion of the game, without ever using shops, basically. So we'll see how that ends up going. So anyways, guys, I'll see you all later. Have a good weekend, and thanks for stopping by. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.